is behind. Come with us and find the pleasures of the journey to the center of the mind. Come along if you care. Come along if you dare. Take a ride to the land inside of your mind. Beyond the seas of thought. Beyond the realm of want. Across the streams of hopes and dreams where things are really not. Come along if you care. Come along if you dare. Take a ride to the land inside of your mind. But please realize you'll probably be surprised.
Golan-Globus. Here we are bookending you with the spirit of vengeance all the way back there in the High Plains Drifter land. Here we are in Jodorowsky Western, West Jodorowsky, I think I would like to call it. West Jodorowsky. It's a mouthful.
I feel like I've heard that somewhere before.
I don't know why you've heard that before. Maybe in the future past that is the present.
Days of future past.
It's a spiral, Murray. It's a spiral.
Life is a circle. We travel in a spiral.
That's right. I mean, everything is a circle. We travel through the spiral. If you're going to pick up the leaves, you got to spiral. Beautiful. We are working with the spirit of God. I mean, he says it right off the bat in this movie. He is God.
Yeah.
So that's a little flavor, but we've got to abbreviate this because this is going to be a long one.
Right. Well, we also, some people, Griff, it's hard to believe. Some people actually tune in for our intros. Don't even care about the movie. They want to hear what's going on with the G&G boys. How is life? What's their point of view on what's going on in the news?
I know. We've got commentary on commentary. We pay attention. My therapist once said it to me. Most people are boring, but Griff, you're not. And you know what? I pay her to tell me that.
Of course you. People are like Swifties. I was going to say, I almost said Ginties for a
No, wow. You
like
just try to rhyme
They're
it.
Globies.
Yeah. We're Globies.
They're waiting for who are we going to pick.
Yeah.
We're undecided, by the way.
Oh, for the election.
Yeah, just like
You
Swifties.
know, I was so close to RFK, then I found out he's he's into harming animals.
That made me wanna
that rules
vote
it.
for him. I heard he cut the head off a whale. How do you do that, first of all? Whales don't have heads. They're just all like one shape.
No neck.
Where do you stop? Where's the neck at?
Yeah, really. No neck. They're just one thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
They say what kind? Like, was it a narwhal? How can you fit a whale head? It's got to be a narwhal, one of those smaller ones.
It's got to be a small whale. Yeah,
That would be cool because they got the unicorn horn.
yeah. But even a small whale is a large whale. I mean, it's
a whale of a tail.
It's a whale of a tail.
But that reminds me, we in the news today. I'm sure this is a guy Trump's never heard of. I don't even remember his name. Robinson?
Mark Robinson of North Carolina.
Lieutenant Governor of North Carolina.
Correct.
Hey there, Joe Corey. This is your representative.
Please do yourself a favor. I mean, I'm sure you're not going to vote for this guy who has got such accolades.
Porn the vote is what he says.
Porn the vote?
Yeah, let's rock the vote.
Yeah,
this guy's
porn the vote.
the vote.
So Trump has been trumpeting him.
Trumpeting, yeah.
Yeah, because that's what he does. He's running for governor right now for North Carolina, and governors weigh a lot. Like, we love our big Gretch up here in Michigan.
Love her, yeah.
She was actually one of she was one of the names floated for replacement for Biden for a while there. Not even Kamala. Fucking Big Gretch was. Because she's been doing a good job up here.
Fixing those damn roads. You're fixing them too much, Gretch.
Yeah, you need to calm down on the fucking roads. Michigan has 2 seasons, construction season and winter.
Right. And we don't even have winter that much anymore.
And we just have construction season all season now.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a year long.
You saw the labyrinth I have to go through to get to Griff's place. Dude, it's fucking annoying.
Even on my way back from Malibu Mike's house today, I was driving down Newburgh. They made me get off Newburgh, go around a Michigan left. Everybody look it up. I can't tell you.
Right.
To get back onto Newburgh because they closed down a bridge. This was 96 where they closed it down for months to repair everything. They forgot to do the bridges. We have all overpass is what I should call it. We have all, yeah.
So
Anyways.
Mark Robinson is a self-proclaimed black Nazi,
Yep.
black Gestapo.
Yep.
Maybe we'll do that for Black Exploitation History Month, Black Gestapo.
That would be good.
And he frequents porn websites, and he is the one of the
Used to.
weird. There's a unique
He
person.
might still do it.
Everyone looks at the sites, but there's a unique person who comments on porn
Do you
hubs.
remember his name?
I do not.
It was like Mini Soldier
Okay.
or Soldier Small. It was some kind of play on Mini Soldier.
Yeah, most people, normal people, you bust your nut, you just click off to something else. This guy's like, no, I have something to say.
Most people, they bust it, and then they're like, what have I done?
Yeah,
You
there's a bunch
know,
of shame you
they're-
feel, and
like,
then you're just like...
I mean, we're mostly
Well,
talking.
I'm talking if you're at work and you're doing this.
I'm well, I don't know how to separate life from work at this point because I'm either at work or I'm working on the show. So it's just like it's all work, and now it's material for the show, so it is all work.
But Griff, I'm one of the strange guys because I do not look at the pornography. I just read the comments.
Yeah,
That's all I care about.
is that what gets you off?
I don't know if it gets me off, but
You should see Murray.
Here's the thing.
You should see Murray play a text-based adventure. Oh my god!
Here's the thing, and I'm going to give an example. We talk like back in the old days, 1700s. You had all these poets, and everybody knew who they were. Who are the big poets now, Griff?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Maya
That young-
Angelou, the last one.
The young girl who opened up
Yeah,
for
who
Biden.
cares about her?
But I don't know her name. I just know she was a young
Exactly.
black
You know where
woman.
the true poets exist, Griff? On porn comment websites. And I have an example
oh
right
my
here
God.
that
This is why you're like, hey, Griff, we should talk about Mark Robinson.
yes, because I've been waiting
A guy.
the right moment to read this because when you all I want to say is this. If you're a guy, get a towel ready. If you're a girl, put a sponge between your legs. Because you are going to be so eroticized by what I'm going to read.
Wait,
to
should I
you.
play the Feedson scale behind this? We haven't busted it out.
You might want to put some sexy, like, smooth jazz behind
Oh,
it.
you just want some smooth. Never mind. No, Mattingly, get the alto. No, not the tenor. The alto.
I did not write this. I wish I could take credit for writing this. This is a real porn website comment.
Not by Mark Robinson. Just the
As far as I know.
Okay.
I didn't know. I had to go back and check because I did not know his name.
Yeah,
his
Mini
username.
Soldier or something like
Mini
that.
Soldier. I'll have to go check that.
Okay.
But I'm going to read this comment for you, and I want you all to. I do what you want. If you want to come, fine. If not, whatever. But here it is. The most intimate of sexual play. Anal pleasure consumes me. And even though my head says, don't taste her rectum, my heart tells me to go ahead and savor the flavors of an anus. Cedar, leather, figs, and notes of Dutch cocoa. That being felt, I've never sampled the taste of another woman's anus. Thank you for sharing this erotic clip. Isn't that poetry, Griff? It just flows. The ebb and flow. Figs, Dutch cocoa. Whoever knew an ass could have hints of Dutch cocoa, Griff?
All I can think about, this guy must be a sommelier in his real,
He's
like
an
his real.
ass sommelier. Even though he's never tasted the flavor,
Yeah.
he knows.
This is interesting because you would think, based on the word alone, the title alone, rumpologist, that would be the kind of language they use. But as we know, that's not how they talk.
No.
Rumpologists.
They're more scientific. They're not as poetic. They're not as erotic. It's
Yeah.
very business with a rumpologist.
It's very business. It's very rarely about penetrating. It's also, isn't it just about?
It's about reading the rump.
It's about reading the rump. Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to say to this guy, thank you for sharing this comment. Because I think we're all different people now after hearing that. I predict it's going to be a lot. The kids love ass eating to begin with, Griff, but there's going to be a lot more because of what I just said.
I think so. We need to get to that young audience again because they're basically asexual now.
They're too busy eating ass.
They're not. Well, no, they're not even eating ass. They're not lowering their
Are
trousers.
they like this guy just talking about eating ass? But
I think so. They're all fantasizing.
They don't want to take the plunge, if you will.
They're living in the internet world where they just talk about things. They don't fucking do it. They're not bored enough to get out there and mingle with the other sexes, or they like sexes. Do whatever. Get in some pants. Kids need to get in pants.
They do.
They do. I do want to say, though, because we have a connection to a porno shop and everything. You used to hang out with Larry.
Yeah, my buddy, Porn Shop Larry. He's Larry to me. He's Porn Shop Larry to all you guys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just like how Midwest emo is Midwest emo to everybody but us from the Midwest. Yeah. We just call it
emo.
Thank you.
I call it casserole emo.
What I found interesting, because I'm just now learning, I listen to a podcast from North Carolina boys, and they were talking about Mark Robinson. This guy used to show up at his local porn shop weekly, like
daily.
Yeah. And he would bring them pizzas, hang out, visit a jizz
where everybody
booth.
knows your name.
Yeah, hang out, visit a jizz booth, leave a mess. But at the end of the day, it's like, thanks for the pizza, Mark.
Yeah. And I can attest to that. That's it. Because people are probably thinking, no fucking way. Was this guy every day? Yes. Larry told me there's people that would rent a VHS at the time.
Yeah.
Every fucking day. And there's people that would be in the booths every fucking day.
I'm going to say something incendiary right now.
Okay.
That probably kept them from being like, what do they call it? Postal?
Yeah.
Where you basically become a threat to other people.
Maybe, yeah. I've always believed that. I think we need pornography. I mean, some people, there's always some crazy nut who's going to be triggered by something. But I think for the most part, if you're not getting laid, pornography is a good thing.
I don't mean to make it all about pornography. It's just about interacting with people.
Oh, you're
even just going to the porno shop and interacting with humans, I think is enough of a good
But I'll say this for the people who work at porno shops: they don't want to talk to you.
Oh no, they don't.
Buy your shit and get the fuck out. Because people believe. I mean, this is why Larry had to quit, because people think in an adult. I mean, do they even exist anymore? The one he worked at still exists. I don't know what they're fucking selling.
Yeah,
but
no, I drive down 8 Mile, man.
Yeah,
there's strip clubs.
Well, I'm talking about but strip clubs make sense.
No. I'm trying to say there is a couple.
Adult bookstores still left.
Adult bookstores, video stores.
But they think that the laws, not the laws, but the moral code we all live by in the outside world ceases to exist once you enter that world, and you can say or do whatever you want.
Yeah, watch 8 Millimeter. They think it's the sewer system in 8 Millimeter.
Right? Yeah, it's not. The people working there don't want to hear about your fantasies. Don't want to help you attain your fantasies. They want you to get your shit, get the fuck like most businesses. Get your shit and get the fuck out.
Very rarely is there people that you connect with where you want to interact with, so yeah.
So what we're saying is vote Robinson this election night.
Trump has called him MLK on steroids. He's twice as good. So there
MLK
you go.
had a huge collection of Player magazine.
Yeah. And one of the fun things about Mark is he's pro-trans people, even though he wants them eradicated from the earth.
Isn't that the way it always is?
But every time they say we need to fight against these people, it's just projection. Every one of them is an admission, because this guy, this is one of his comments on the porn boards or whatever, was he said, "I love watching a trans man rail a woman because it's got the beauty of a woman with a giant cock fucking a woman, and I am so into it."
Yeah,
because he wants his opinion to be heard. That's why he's running for governor. He's like, you people, I have a lot of important things to say about pizza, the pizza you bring to a porn shop. What pizza? What Murray? Very important question.
Yeah.
What pizza are you bringing to a porn shop?
There's got to be a lot of sausage on your pizza.
Okay. Is there a hole in the middle?
First of all, I would never eat anything that was in a porno. I don't care if it was just brought in. I'm like, it's been tainted as soon as it enters the fucking room.
Poop particles, if you will.
Well, some kind of particles are floating.
Well,
out
I mean,
there.
like when the bathroom, you don't leave an open toothbrush out.
Porn particles.
Particles.
I would not. No,
No.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't trust a guy who's in a porn shop every fucking day to give me anything. It could be drugged. It could be roofied.
Yeah.
No, I'm not consuming any of that shit.
I agree with this. I don't know if we have much.
But it kind of is it life imitating art when you do that? Because one of the tropes of old school porn was the pizza delivery guy. Was that what he's trying to do?
Lonely Housewives.
Was he living out a fantasy, hoping that and you might not believe this, but women do work at porn shops too. There were women. There was one I remember who worked at Larry's. I didn't know it was a woman at first. It was this total like butch Mexican lady who was like 5 feet tall. She had a mullet with a fucking long ass rat tail, and I understand why she was pissed off, or at least looked pissed off 24/7. And it's probably because she had to clean up those messes that you were talking about that Mark Robinson leaves.
Oh, Mark Robinson blew a fucking mess.
In fact, I'm going to tell a story about what happened one day. I never, because the place was cut in half. So one was just where you have the magazines, the VHSs, and the sex toys. And the counter was there. And then there was the porn booth section. I never went there. It even scared me.
Yeah.
It was straight out of cruising, except they didn't have ones where you could be together. It was strictly like there was no seats. You had to stand. You could see the people's feet.
Watch Cruising. Listen to our episode.
Great episode. I guess there was a urinal back there.
Yes, I remember this.
Yeah.
Go on.
Some Japanese businessmen came in, and for what I don't know, cultural misunderstanding, one of the guys shit in the urinal, and the fucking rightly so, the Mexican woman lost her fucking mind, and I think
That's
standing up for herself because she was like, "You're cleaning this shit, literally this shit out. I'm not." I was proud of her for that. At least
I am too, because I think 9 out of 10 people, if you surveyed random people, Family Feud style, they'd be like, "Oh God, no!" Like. If it was,
would just sit there forever. It would until it disintegrated.
People would be driving their piss into it, just smelling those shit fumes. Like
a lot of poop particles going on.
The poop particles are out of this world at that point.
Yeah, but talking about the guys that are there every day, sometimes they had even porn stores. I keep wanting to say theaters, but store. Have to shut down for Christmas. We have to honor our Lord Jesus Christ in America.
Yeah.
So that was the one day it was closed. Much like Myers, it's just closed on Christmas.
Which is good, yeah.
And you would think you would told somebody, or sometimes they would get shut down because the cops would come and they would search the place.
Right.
Because this place was mobbed up. Like the mobs own this. So they were like always like racketeering and all that kind of shit was going on.
Sure.
And so they would get closed down. They would get shut down because because it was a place for gay guys on the down low to hook up. They would try to there. It wasn't accepted. Larry had to break up a couple of things happening. But they would do that. Because like I said, they think the laws don't apply inside the store. It's international waters.
It's also one of the safer places they could go to.
I'm sorry. I did not plan on talking about this long. I thought I was just going to read my fucking little comment.
I thought so too.
But you need to learn this, people.
Yeah.
So it would be closed. Like they would literally like come in and like while Larry was working and like shut everything down.
Yeah.
And then Larry be like, "You guys got to fucking leave." You would think you just told somebody their mother had died. That's how sad it would get.
What?
But it's an addiction. It's like anything else. It's
the addiction. It's a human connection too. We've lost those. You know what? There's like a bunch of places that have been torn down. You know what they're being replaced with in my neighborhood? I just did like an old Griff route, like where I grew up and everything.
Yeah. And
a bunch of places got torn down. 3 different places. And you know what they're being replaced by? All 3 are the same business. Can you guess what it is?
Chick-fil-A?
Good guess. No. Car washes.
Yeah, they just built a new car wash in my neighborhood. Like literally built it from the ground up.
How? Like when I thought about it, I was like, "Is that a place you go hang out with people?"
No, this one doesn't even have people in it. You just it's
automated,
yeah, it's
fully automated. This
yeah.
is what this one. The 3 are going to be.
Yeah,
that's what we're doing. That's what these people are fighting
Losing
against.
the human connection.
We fucking me and Murray are. How have we been doing this show for 6 years? Me and Murray need a fucking human connection.
That's it.
We love each other. We look each other in our sweet blue eye. Oh, you know what? I don't need to get everybody turned on right now.
I just did. People are still cleaning up from what.
That's right.
From what I just said.
I was trying to give them like the post-coitus sex talk. Talk about all the good flattery and everything.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about maybe that's the next hipster trend is to
Bring
porno shops back. Yeah, vintage artisanal porn.
Artisanal.
I mean, I was talking with a friend of ours who came by a cachet of some old porn mags, and I was like, I hope you're paying it forward. I hope you're going to donate those to the woods near you.
Please. I'm more than willing to assist in this because this porn needs to be in bushes.
Right.
For the kids.
Exactly. It's for the children.
It's for the children.
Like Wu-Tang and Golan-Globus Theater is.
Kids need to fuck up. They need to get into weird shit, and they need to be further
safely,
away. Safely, obviously.
Wear a condom.
But they need to be away from the fucking parents.
Yeah.
Kids need to get out of their house. There's too many distractions in the house anymore.
Yeah.
We need to stop. We've got 9.5 pages to cover. We are not going to talk about the movie in the opener, people.
We're not?
No, we're gonna get into that fucking whole mess during the episode.
All right, we'll just say this about Jodorowsky. We love him or not, and we say this about all of our misunderstood geniuses. He's got a vision, it's uncompromising, and it's totally his.
Yes.
And we respect the hell out of that. Whether the product is good or not. Because I've said it before about Neil Breen. No talent.
Yeah.
But I respect the hell out of a guy he's not sitting around saying I have a great idea for a movie and never acting on it. He does it. He puts his money where his mouth is and puts out a product. Horrible product. But it's his product. It's his art. It's not content. It is art.
Yes. And I absolutely
it's
love
not pandering. That's what art is, people. Art is about putting out what you believe, what you have to say, not worrying, is this going to attract, is this going to offend, is this going to whatever other people. I have something to say in my heart, and I want to say it to you.
Tell your story.
Speak your truth.
That was supposed to be one of our topics. We saw Castle Rat, and
we'll talk about that next week.
We'll talk about that next week.
We have an interesting story about that.
Yeah, that was a fun show. And if Castle Rat's coming to a town near you,
check them out. If you like fun, check them out.
If you like fun, check them out.
Well, all right, let's get to this movie, people. Let's get ready to take a journey to the center of our minds with this trailer for El Topo.
En este desierto viven los 4 maestros del revólver. Tú tienes que encontrarlos y matarlos.
El desierto es circular. Para encontrar a los 4 maestros tendremos que viajar en espiral. Y me has puesto en el polvo de la muerte. Dios mío, ¿por qué me has desamparado?
¿Me amas?
Sí.
Yo no. Para que pueda amarte tienes que ser el mejor.
Toma otra vez tu revólver.
Welcome back, Golan-Globus. I don't know what to fucking say about this. We didn't get to say anything.
I know what I get to say about it. I was expecting a lot weirder than we got.
I agree.
We say we're not Jodorowsky files. We are now. But before this, we'd both seen just one of his movies.
Yeah, you saw Sangria Sunrise.
Santa Sangria.
Okay.
Sangria Sunrise.
Okay. And I saw The Holy Mountain when I was like 19.
Okay. And so, based on his reputation, I thought it was going to... I don't know. This is the beauty of art, and we're going to learn because we did not discuss this at all.
No.
This is our first discussion of the movie is happening right now for that very reason, because we we're going to give our interpretations of what we think this movie is, what its point is.
It's very theological. There's a lot of religious. Is it all just like one?
Well, there's a God complex
God
that El
complex,
Topo
obviously.
has.
Yes.
Well, you wanted me to give my theory on what the...
If you've got... I don't have one.
Okay,
so
I do.
if you do, please.
I think this movie basically breaks down to the dilemma of the fake tough guy. We talk about it a lot on this show. And I think what happens in this movie is El Topo... Because there's two... I enjoyed the first half of the movie more than the second half.
Okay. Yeah, that makes more. That makes sense.
And I, like I said, I didn't find it as weird as I thought it was. I believe I have the ultimate take on it. But like I said, it's art. It's open to interpretation. But when I say the dilemma of the fake tough guy, I believe in the beginning, El Topo is a fake tough guy. He's swinging his dick around. He's like, I am a god. I am the greatest because I am the most violent man. I'm a killing machine.
Yeah.
And as he, near the middle, he challenges the 4 gun masters.
Yep.
And I believe the gun, as you'll learn as he visits each gun master, they have reached basically nirvana, meaning they've become real tough guys, meaning they don't need to swing their dick around.
Exactly.
They don't need to intimidate people. They know if shit goes down, they can handle themselves, and that's it.
Yeah.
And I think, and so when he goes through his journey through the 4 Grandmasters, I believe El Topo realizes that himself, and he reaches that nirvana where he becomes a real tough guy and not a fake tough guy.
I believe that is a very beautiful way to summarize the first hour and 20 minutes of this movie. It is, of course, a 2-hour, 5-minute movie.
Yeah.
Waste no fucking time. There's no long credits, no nothing here. And the journey, I would say, is fucking cool. I really enjoy this movie.
I mean, the problem with he is a dangerous, unlike the ultimate fake tough guy we talked about last week, Donald J. Trump. El Topo is a dangerous man in the beginning of the movie.
1,000%.
This is why... And sometimes a fake tough guy is scarier than a real tough guy, because when you're a fake tough guy, you're so desperate to prove how tough you are, you do crazy shit.
Yeah.
You do shit that is going to bite you in the ass in the long run, i.e. wind up in prison. I grew up in the hood. I was surrounded by fake tough guys.
We just had a fucking shooting at Eastern Market after a Lions game.
It was a tailgate party for the Lions over a parking space. Guys got into an argument. Guy left, came back with a gun and murdered a guy. He's gonna spend probably not spend the rest of his life. He's gonna spend probably 20 years in jail for this. For what? For being a fake tough guy.
Fake tough guy.
For not being able to just swallow your pride. Let it go. Even if you're in the right. Even if that was your parking spot.
Yeah.
Just letting it go.
There's no fucking reason. There's no fucking reason for this kind of shit. Young generations, make fighting with fisticuffs and not kicking a guy while he's down cool again. Because if that could have been settled by just 2 idiots punching each other, great.
Right.
Because we don't need to fucking murder people. We don't need... No. I go to the Eastern Market every other Saturday. And I pick up fucking pierogies. It's going to be weird to go there. Like, if I went there and there's just, cones set up for someone who just got shot, it'd be fucking weird.
Well, it happens a lot in Detroit.
Yeah.
We're Murder City for a reason.
Well, not downtown. It's usually in the outskirts. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying is El Topo is that guy. He has to let you know how tough he is. That's the whole thing. Well, we'll get into it. Do we want to just start...
No, we absolutely should start because there's a lot to break down. But he, at least while he's being the tough guy, you do get to see he's kind of really trying to think about it. He's not full Ginty, I'm a cool tough guy. He is seeing himself inside and outside.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. I'm glad you brought up Ginty. Because even though I wouldn't consider Alejandro Jodorowsky, the director plays El Topo, if you didn't know that. I'm assuming if you're listening to this, you've seen El Topo.
Yeah, Jodorowsky's,
even though he's not intimidating, I bought him as like a dangerous guy.
He is so good in both halves of the movie.
Yeah.
Like I was like, he is a fucking tough guy. He sold it so well. And
Great fucking outfit.
Yes.
He had I don't even know how to describe the. We're gonna talk about his gloves for half an hour.
Yeah.
I can't. What's the word for it? It's not sleeveless, but it kind of is sleeveless.
Yeah.
It's like the G-string of gloves. It gives you a little hint of skin, but then it's like, oh no, you don't. Like you don't get some knuckles are covered. You're like, what's going on?
It's so good. Again, this is everything that is bait for us to get distracted, and that's why this movie's so intimidating. That's why we tried to keep it kind of short in the top half. We always
fail. But
we talked about the one topic for 9 hours. Porn booths. We can't talk about porn booths. We should start the movie. We'll get into shit. We'll talk a lot of shit. Hopefully, we get to all the shit you guys are interested in, because this is a movie that needs to be talked about.
Yeah.
People need to have conversations about almost all.
We saved it for last. It's the weirdest of all westerns.
It is, and it's not even as weird as we thought it was.
Yeah, it's not as weird as we thought, but it's still weird.
So we open up. We got Topo, El Topo of the name,
which is
Andrew Jodorowsky.
No, which means
the mole.
The mole.
Yes, and they explain this. They actually do have a credit scene where they explain the mole and how the mole spends all of its life underground and it digs for the sun, and then when it finally breaks through, it sees the sun and gets blinded.
It's almost like Icarus. They
fly
too high to the sun. He digs too high to the sun.
There you go. I wonder if that's a back to foreshadow. We don't do that enough anymore.
We don't.
Yeah. Our fucking Phil comes on and hits us with the back to foreshadow more often than we do.
So is that why you hate him? So we have El Topo and Hijo, which is Spanish for son, because this is literally his real life son, Brontis.
Son, S-O-N or S-U-N?
Maybe there's some symbolism there.
There is.
It's S-O-N. His Brontis Jodorowsky, his real life son.
That's right. Won an award for this role.
He did?
Yeah.
Wow, for what?
Young child actor.
Oh, he's a tiniest dick on screen.
It was
and because he's
a fucking 7-year-old.
Well, he's kind of I just feel like, why are you doing that to your son, Jodorowsky?
Yeah.
And he did, because according, this is IMDb, take it with a grain of salt, but allegedly years later, after doing this movie, because Jodorowsky is tough on his son, because he was going to be Paul Atreides in the Dune movie that never got made, and he made his son go through hell with different training in martial arts and bodybuilding and all this shit, and it never got made. Mm-hmm. So, we'll say it right here. It starts out with Hijo. They stop in the desert. And they got a little parasol, and
they love doing this shot of just desert everywhere, blue sky, maybe a few clouds, and then just that wooden post for him to hitch his horse to.
Right. So Hijo is nude. He just wears shoes and a hat. Interesting choice. And they stop, and they get off the horse. And El Topo has a teddy bear in one hand, and it looks like a mirror, but instead of a glass, it's a photo of Hijo's mother.
Yes.
And he tells him, "You are 7 years old now. You are a man. You cannot trick or treat anymore. Bury this toy and this mother and be the man you are meant to be."
That's right.
And then as he's doing that, and he says he's this loyal son, El Topo just plays a flute, a little flickering of a flute for him.
That's right.
And so this makes perfect sense, because we said he doesn't know what being a real tough guy is. So he's being incredibly hard on his son.
I didn't. This is why you talk about these movies. I didn't even think about that.
Right. And I think the reason why he's naked is when you're naked, you're in the ultimate vulnerable position. It's like, I'm toughening you up. If you can handle anything naked, you can handle anything, period.
Yes. I'm so sorry. Anecdote already. My uncle, love the guy. He's gone now, but he was a fake tough guy. He was in the military. You know what his military experience was?
Nothing.
Worked at a hangar. He never saw combat or anything.
Yeah. Thank you for his service, by the way.
Yeah. But it wasn't until he was like 48, his kids, he fucked up because he like told them he was hard, militant guy the whole time. It wasn't until he started having grandkids when he realized like, I'm a fucking fake tough guy.
Right.
And he fucking peeled back the layer and just leaned into just being a normal fucking human being and not like I got to be a masculine person and teach my kids to this and that.
I think people need to be masculine, but it's what is your definition of masculinity?
Right. It was basically I need to teach him how to be a fake tough guy.
It's a caricature of what you think a man should be.
Exactly. It was not a real version of masculinity that helps in the real world, that helps you navigate life. It was a very fake. And my cousin.
That's just going to get you in trouble.
And for me, it's like, I don't know. My cousins seem to be fucked up by that.
Well, getting back to the story about Jodorowsky. So years later, he invites his son to his home, and he takes him out back. And he says, dig right there. And he digs. And there's a toy and a picture of his mother in real life. Yeah. And he's like, Jodorowsky goes to him, you are now 8 years old. You can be a child.
Yeah.
So that's beautiful. He realized I pushed my son too far. He was too young for this role, and now I feel bad about it. I give you your childhood back. Sorry.
So throughout the we go to the point in the movie, we already kind of described it. We get like this nice credit scene, and it's I don't know
animated kind of thing.
It was like animated, but it was
just hands
slides.
digging underground.
Yeah, it was like a mole and shit. Yeah.
And that's where they do the thing they described, like Griff pointed out, the mole digging to the sun and being blinded.
And now we come back to, and Topo is arriving on a town that's just been decimated.
Yeah, massacred. There's
just again, his color, his contrast, this guy gets how to shoot a fucking movie.
Yeah.
It is eye candy.
And so there's bodies. It had the horrible orange 70s fake blood. I hate it.
Yeah.
But like Joe Corey pointed out, I guess apparently that was the only blood available at the time. There's only one company that supplied blood for
Acme.
all of Acme for all of moviedom. So, and there's one thing I do not like. We talked about it last week with a Bone Tomahawk.
Yes.
I wouldn't necessarily say it's animal cruelty because we do not see animals being killed in this movie, but there are a lot of he's trying to show the massacre. You can tell these are real life horses, like they've been gutted. Yeah. I don't know how he can obtain these animals. Maybe he just. Someone said, "Hey, I got a dead horse. You have a use for it?" I
want to believe this. I really do because I really appreciate Jodorowsky's films.
This is the one problem, though, with an uncompromising vision. You would do things like this.
Yes.
You're like, I don't give a fuck.
Well,
if I need a dead whatever, make it happen.
Well, here's the thing that I read about Jodorowsky, and I don't know how real it is because obviously we don't do that extensive research. No. We try to live normal lives, and we work for a living.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And we don't get paid to do this show.
But he was a hardcore artist edgelord.
Right.
And so when people were starting to get into like what he thought was his surrealist lane, supposedly him and his art troupe started slaughtering animals on stage to fucking shock the audience because so many people were just gathering. And they're like, no, you're making it lame. So to freak all these people out, he would slaughter animals on stage. And me and Murray and most of the extensive Golan-Globus universe are not into this shit at all.
No.
So we see, unfortunately, dead animals. And we have to stretch our imagination to believe he didn't just get these animals and fucking murder them. Yeah. So, huge caveat for this movie.
If he killed them, let's hope he just did it humanely.
Let's hope these were animals set to retire. And this is the hard world.
Let's hope they all unalive themselves.
Now we can stay on YouTube.
So they're in town. There's animals. There's carcasses of people. The whole town has been decimated.
They go into a church.
There's literally a giant pool of blood.
It's, again, the contrast and everything. It's so fucking cool. And then we go into the church. There's hanged men just from the rafters. And they kind of do a once-over. They walk back out. And there we have our first, man pleading. Oh,
help me. He says, kill me. He's begging for death because he's so fucked up.
So Topo pulls out his gun, but then he looks to his son, who is now a man.
Right. hands the gun to him, ultimate edgelord thing to do, and says, free him of his life. And fucking Aho, boom, just does it. No problem.
So Topo at least was man enough to be like, I can hug my son.
Right. Well, he's proud of him. He's becoming the man he wants him to be.
Yeah.
And then he...
Did you notice that all the, like, sacrificial gunshots were, like, just above the waist?
Yeah.
They were all in the same spot.
Well, why do you think that is, Grove?
I don't know.
Because
Is
that's
Jesus?
Jesus' wound, the spear wound that Jesus took.
Okay, okay.
There's a lot. That's the thing. We also got to put into perspective. This movie is 54 years old. So a lot of this shit that happens now, we're kind of like, we roll our eyes. But at the time, it was some fuck. Especially, I read that he's Chilean and French, but he is Mexican, right? Like he grew up in Mexico.
From everything I've witnessed with him, like he only speaks Spanish. So
Mexico, obviously very Catholic country. So what he's doing at the time, 54 years ago, was provocative, was edgelordy, just criticizing the church in general.
Yeah. To pretend it wasn't is to completely put aside history.
So if you're looking at it through at today's lens, it's kind of like, even I was like, kind of like it wasn't, because they get more into it in the second half of the movie. I was kind of just rolling my eyes. I'm like, this isn't virgin ground we're walking on.
Yeah,
we've
it's a lot easier to make fun of Christian.
But you can see how it would piss people off, and in some sections of America still. But a religion doesn't really have the hold on even like the world that it used to have.
No, I mean, come on.
Politics is the new religion.
Yeah, exactly. We're fighting back against the Catholic Church and all the shit they've been up to. So back then, there was an establishment, and no, you couldn't fight against it. So of course, this was really fucking impactful. You got to understand perspective.
So Topo, he is a badass. So he's like, hey, all these rings are getting wasted on these dead people. So he just
did he take them off the people?
Yeah. He was basically taking all the goods off of these people.
Okay. I missed that.
Which is weird because I'm assuming the town got massacred because people wanted to rob these people, and maybe they didn't. Those rings didn't match the gloves. They match my gloves perfectly. These rings,
right? And we're also kind of thinking like, what kind of people are going through and massacring whole towns?
Well, I'm glad there's three people, Grove. There's one man, I called him Shrimpito, because he has a big-time foot fetish. He had gotten all of the shoes of every woman that they'd murdered in this.
Oh, I did have a name for him. You just made it better.
Yes. And he's just literally going down on a shoe.
Yeah.
That's how depraved these guys are. Yeah. I mean, thank God there was no white woman and a dog, because that would really, and knowing Jodorowsky, he'd go for it.
Yeah.
And so we just see him just going to town on these shoes. And then another man, I called him Samarito, because he was a bandito with a katana.
This is beautiful. Murray's killing it here.
And he had a banana set up, and he cut little discs, like 12 slices to the banana, and the banana didn't fall over. And he went so damn fast, Griff, it dehydrated him. They were banana chips.
Yes.
That's how amazing with the sword this guy. While you were hanging out in the porno theater, this guy was studying the blade.
And Murray, I would love for you to tell us about this last man, because yes, there's Tres Banditos.
Right. Yeah. The three amigos. I called him Jole Frijoles because he was making an image of a woman out of beans, frijoles, if you will. And then
huge bean bush on this one.
A huge bean bush. And he went to town on that bean bush. Talk about eating ass. After beans, you don't want to eat ass. But he was like, so he's like fucking this bean image of a woman. So these guys are sick. We want to see them die.
What's fascinating too, everyone's thinking of beans like how we consume them after they've been refried, after they've been like remoisturized and everything. He is eating dry fucking beans. You can hear them cracking his molars as he's making out, eating the head and thrusting into rock. Incredible. These guys have such a fucking look to them, And your Samarito, Murray, one of our favorite. Wait, yeah, I think it was him. He likes that. He has this phrase. That's putting a hat on a hat.
Yes.
Samarito has a hat on a hat on a hat. He has 3 hats on.
Yes.
These guys, we always talk about lived in looks, like just fucking people bringing their own and just making it work.
They're very interesting, these villains. One guy is wearing like pink long johns.
Yeah, well, that's the next
later
group
on,
we're about to meet. And when we get there, I got a whole fucking theory that I hope you go along with.
Okay.
I told Mike about it, and he was like, "Oh shit."
So Shrimpito spots El Topo.
Yep.
I keep wanting to say Tojo for some reason. If I do that, I apologize.
Yeah,
but
sorry,
it's
everybody.
Topo. And
Flash of the mirror.
he flashes the mirror to signal Samarito and Frijoles that, hey, we got a new fucking someone to fuck with. So, and they fuck with him.
They see the rings.
Yeah.
Because he's wearing those fucking rings. It reminded me of Mama from that one blaxploitation movie we did.
Yeah.
She's the one who smacks the ass and then has to cool her fingers.
Shelley Winters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm thinking, you're right. He took the rings to draw them out.
Yes.
That's what it was.
It was. He was
Yeah.
drawing out banditos. Because otherwise, he's just a fucking dude in awesome fucking sleeveless G-strings. We're still working on that name. Like, look, we don't even have a name for a hot
All I
tail
know
cocktail
is,
yet.
think of the magic Billy Drago could weave with those
No,
fucking
I
gloves
just came
on.
in my pants as soon as you said that. You can't do this, Murray.
Yes.
You cannot do this. To the imaginative crowd we have, you cannot say Billy Drago, G-string, sleeveless gloves. You can't say that. That is like our Voldemort.
That is a fetish.
It is.
Yeah. So it's like straight out of high school. They start just literally hazing El Topo. They're like picking at him.
Yes, they are walking, all 4 on horses, and they're just moseying about. They're pulling on his beard. For some of you who know, you probably have seen this movie, most of our audience, but he's got this fucking Jason Mantzoukas look to him these days. In this movie. And they're pulling on his beard. They're picking his nose. They're like playing with EO's hat.
The one thing they need to apologize, he needs to apologize to his son is making him ride on the front of the saddle with his fucking little nuts getting crushed.
Yes. No, every shot of the kid on the horse, I was like, Jodorowsky, no, please.
So yeah, they're taunting him, but he's no selling it. He's just going about his way.
And finally, we arrive at just like this giant rock. Again, every fucking shot they have in this movie is cool. And they arrive at this big grotto where there's like some water. So there's all these goats hanging out. So you just have like 80 hanging out goats. It was awesome.
Time for the standoff. This is the first where we're going to see El Topo be a badass. Because 3 of these guys are going to challenge him to a duel. And how do you start a duel, Griff, in the world of Jodorowsky?
I mean, you really got to improvise it. You know, sometimes people would have a coin, they flip it way high into the air as soon as the coin
Girl
hit the
drop
ground.
a fucking hanky, like
yeah,
the drag
which of course
racing.
got picked up in drag racing. But what do they have on hand right now? Well, a sheepskin that they used for a condom back in the day. So they're gonna use our intestine rather.
Yeah.
So they're gonna use that as like a balloon animal, and they're gonna tie it off with just a little room for air to squeak out.
And once it's totally empty, draw. So, boom! As soon as it's end, Topo kills both Frijoles and Samarito.
2 guys on the opposite ends, not the
We
middle
always
guy.
talk about bland henchmen. These guys are amazing looking, and we get all of 2 minutes of
Yes.
them. And then they're killed.
Yes. John Wick would love to have a villain who could hold a pinky to these motherfuckers.
You won't even see a hat on a hat in a John Wick movie, let alone 3.
The hat
That's
on
called the hat trick,
No,
Griff.
I love it. The hat on a hat for John Wick. Guys, we've never seen anything past John Wick 1 because why would we? They're boring as fuck. The hat on a hat in that movie is a Russian drinking vodka.
Yeah.
Like, that's their hat on a hat. Yeah. This guy, again, I want to know every one of their backstories, but at the same time, in this movie context, I don't want to know a fucking thing about them.
I also want to point out, did you notice El Topo, first of all, his whole look is amazing. Never mind the gloves.
good.
The
So
whole
good.
look is amazing. Didn't have holsters on his belt. He had holsters on his bell bottoms. He had it was like sewn into his fucking
Oh,
pants.
I did not notice
Yes.
that. Oh my god.
Yeah. So, Shrimperito, his gun of choice are rifles. He has them on his belt, like fucking 6-shooters, but they're rifles.
He is dumbfounded, by the way.
Yeah.
So Topo gets off his horse, beckons Samarito over.
Shrimpito.
Shrimpito,
Yeah,
sorry.
Shrimpito.
Shrimpito over, and he's got a gun drawn on him. So Shrimpito's just like, you got me. Like, clearly, you're the best man. Topo throws his gun away, takes both the gun, Io picks it up and is holding it on.
Yeah.
So Topo can take both the rifles away, offers one to Shrimpito, and it's just like, we're going to fight it out.
Yeah, but not like you think. They have a sword fight with rifles
Club
instead
fight,
of
yeah.
shooting them.
Yeah. And so they're going back and forth. Obviously, Topo is projecting his movie level, I'm a badass.
Right.
So I like how you said fake tough guy, because when I thought about it immediately in reflection of that, it's like, shit, you're right.
Yeah. So Topo obviously easily beats him, and insult to injury, he just starts picking up, shoots him in one leg,
Yeah.
then the other.
The guy's crawling into again, we're just exploring the scenery we're in here. It's so cool. Demanding, ¿Qué pasa? No, that's what's up. ¿Qué? That's just what? Who?
Yeah.
Wait, no, who?
Who? He says who?
What's who?
I don't know.
I don't know either. It's been 19 years since I took my Spanish.
I never did take Spanish. I took French.
Yeah.
So I said, who? Who? And the guy's holding out for a while, and he starts shooting him more, and he does the fucking Christ shot.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to call it, the Christ shot. Right in
yeah.
right in the ribs.
Right in the ribs.
And he finally relents. The colonel and 5 more men at the Franciscan mission. So now he's got a lead. So he goes to that Franciscan
But
mission.
before he leaves, Murray, we got to talk about this, because what is this? Again, this guy, what was he baited by?
The bling.
The bling. So before he leaves him, he's leaving him in a pool of water. And
Bloody
this-
water, yeah.
And this comes up a lot, too. There's a lot of pools of bloody water.
Yeah.
Pops the rings into the guy's mouth
Right.
and closes it.
See, this is the beauty of the show, because Griff is riffing off things. I said I'm riffing off things. He says, you're absolutely right. It was just to draw him out. He wasn't first I thought he was just robbing the dead, but you're right. It was a bait.
He knew, again, it goes into the cinematic purpose of just, connecting strings, but it's so fucking cool. He makes everything work. You're not like, this is a lame movie. I don't know.
We cut to the mission, and we see even more evil banditos. We got a guy who carries around a phonograph for some reason, and he's got the villagers lined up, and he's just shooting them randomly.
Yeah, that was a different guy who we barely even see in this 4-person. He's like a 5th guy or something. He's got his fucking giant thing of wine.
He's the loner of the group, because the 4 guys are like a band of brothers.
Yeah.
But this guy does his own thing.
Yeah, this guy's got all the townsmen lined up. The other 4 that we're about to meet, they're fucking with the padres, the fathers, the missionaries.
Well, yeah, they're
those guys.
mocking the truth. So even if you're a Christian person in 1970 when it came out, you're like, I'm on El Topo's side. These guys, because these are the guys that are being sacrilegious. They're ripping the Bible up, they're tearing pages out,
blowing his nose,
full Marilyn Manson in
He's
it.
jerking off. Because, guys, I don't know if you know this, but there's pornography in the Bible. They talk about sexual exploits all the time in the Bible. There's a lot of under-the-bridge butthole stuff happening in the Bible. And this guy is enjoying it. Because we used to have that kind of imagination.
They're
in the
warming up their
70s.
buttholes with crucifixes.
Jesus.
And then we see the monks.
And they've got enough Caligula to make it happen.
We see the monks, and they've taken a vow of no violence, pacifism, and they're sticking to it. They're not taking the bait, because these guys are baiting them. They're toying with them. They're just standing still. Serenity now.
Yep.
Not selling any of this shit.
Banditos desecrating everything. Bibles, iguanas,
Yes.
phonographs. Is that what they're called?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a phonograph. Question. They have the iguanas and they have leashes on them. And they ride them later on in the movie. I didn't see any horses. Do they ride the fucking iguanas
Of course.
around?
Of course.
Okay.
Did you know I had an iguana growing up?
I did not know that.
Yeah, that was my first.
My father had an iguana. For
That was
some
like one of
reason.
my first, like, Griff got a pet. Me and my brother got a pet. We got an iguana.
Yeah.
Because on the cool shoes at the time, Iguanodon was the fucking, like, mascot.
Okay.
And I don't know why my mom let us do it, but we had an iguana. And
Was it cool?
yeah, it was fucking cool. So for like 6 years, we had an iguana.
So they are, they hate the church, and they're going to prove
They just hate everybody.
they hate all.
I don't think it's kind of like Trump. They don't particularly hate anything. They just don't give a fuck about anything. And they'll say and do whatever makes them feel good in the moment.
Right.
Right?
So they come up to the monks, and you think, oh my God, they're going to beat them up. No, they grab them and they start dancing with them.
Yeah, they got the music on, and they start getting closer and closer. And you're like, whoa, are these guys about to kiss?
And they did.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, people, I remember in 1990 when an episode of Roseanne had two women kissing and people lost their fucking mind.
See?
Sponsors left. This is 20 years after El Topo. They have two men kissing in fucking Mexico, which is super Catholic.
Yup.
We don't think of it now. It's like no big deal. But you got to remember, people, you got to put this movie into context. 1970. This was some fucking out there shit. Just have a man kiss another man in a movie.
Exactly. Like, you always... It's hard to think about. It's hard to think about the past times. And people like to say, like, oh, we're still caught up. Because there's still shitty stuff today that you let weigh down on you.
Right.
Like, we still do a lot of stupid shit. But shit used to be a lot stupider. Like, we have fucking advanced because as much as politics has gone to the right, even fucking liberals...
Well, there's a group there that are still clinging. It's the slogan, "Make America Great Again."
Yeah.
They're clinging to the old ways.
Yeah.
But you got to understand how far we've advanced. I can say it in my life when it comes as far as like gay people and in the past 10 years, transgender people.
Yeah.
We've made a lot of progress, people. I can say that clearly. I've lived it. I saw it.
Obviously, it's not where it should be, but it's
But it's
advanced.
progress.
And the people who need to be ostracized for their fucking just, hey guys, guess what? I'm gonna use a hard R word here. Retarded comments about some of these folks. It's just stupid. It's fucking stupid.
So not only do they dance with these monks, they strip them naked, and they ride them like horses,
Yeah.
violently slapping their ass. These guys' asses are bleeding.
with cacti.
Oh,
I
my
didn't
God.
notice that in the
Okay.
first watch. I noticed it in the
Oh,
second.
you watch on Laserdisc on the second.
Eye candy, people. These movies so fucking beautiful.
And then they redress them as women and start putting makeup. They don't have any lipsticks. What does he do?
Blood.
Cuts his thumb and just wipes blood, and the guy still no-sells it.
That's right.
He's
And
staying true to his vows that he made as a monk.
That's right.
So we're like, holy shit, if they do this to men, what are they going to do to a woman?
Well, Murray, we just I don't know what these are called. Do you know what these abodes are called?
No idea.
Because they are giant, conical, from the ground, kind of stone huts with like lodges of wood just jammed in there, like symmetrically. And then there's like an aisleway, and then the second horn on the back. Which at first I was like, this shot makes no sense. But then I saw it again, and I was like, okay, that shot makes sense. But a woman emerges from it, and she's got a bucket, and she's heading towards this barrel of water.
Right.
And our guys, and I'll save it for the colonel when the colonel comes out. But our boys see this woman coming out, and think about this: we've seen a lot of dead people, we've seen a lot of dead men, we've seen a lot of men terrorizing people. We've barely seen a young woman in this movie.
Right.
And when you think about the movie in its entirety, how many young women do we see?
2.
2.
Well, 3 with 2.5.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
My favorite sitcom, 2.5 Women.
Yep.
And they're licking their chops. They can't wait to grope this broad.
Mm-hmm. It reminds me of a certain film series that we enjoy. and they are just going rowdy all over her. And they're like, sometimes the colonel, after he's done with women, lets the scraps go to his pups. And she's just like, because they're getting handsy with her. She's like, the colonel will kill anybody who touches me.
And they back off like the fake tough guys they are.
That's
They
right.
back the fuck
This
off.
whole first half is all about fake tough guys.
This is what toxic masculinity is, people.
Thank you.
People act
Yeah.
like all masculinity is toxic. No, this is.
There's 1,000% a good masculinity that is not like, no, oppress women. No.
So she brings the water back to this hut, whatever you want to call it, and we see this has to be the ultimate fake tough guy, Donald J. Trump's morning routine. I was getting such Trump vibes off the Colonel.
The red silk boxers down to his ankles was straight out of the Stormy Daniels, like retelling.
It had hearts on it.
It had hearts on it, of course.
He's like laying on a mat on the ground.
Yep.
Like a baby.
Like a baby. And I think that's the intent of this shot, yeah.
And like a baby, he offers this. He wants some shrimp. Shrimpito is off doing something his own, having fun. So he needs a little shrimping.
Yeah. And he called her mommy, which is a sexual trend nowadays. Yeah. People are really into calling mommy and dad, and that's I don't
love
weird.
it when you call me Big Pop.
I never thought baby was an endearing term. Mommy and daddy is even weirder.
So he puts his feet out, and she gives him a little. This little piggy went to market. This little piggy went home, and he's like, "You're tickling me." She helps him get dressed, applies a tattoo, and then she does like a shine, like you're shining the fucking thing on his head. She puts like a wrap on it, and she's like.
Yeah, it was like she was helping him put his toupee on, which was fascinating also because it was still bald in the back. Did you notice that?
It wasn't a good toupee.
Yeah, it wasn't
much like Trump's.
It wasn't.
I have a feeling Melania's done this before.
Well, no. What he did was the thing. Like everybody knows I'm bald. I'm not gonna go 100%. I'm gonna go 50%. So I'm gonna look like I still can grow this hair, but I'm still like thinning out in the back. Like he had a modest toupee, and she's helping him apply it, and she's using like it was like warm wraps.
It looks like when you're like shining a shoe. You take like a fucking towel, and she's got both sides.
But you're kind of given the idea that she's rubbing it. She was just kind of like resting it and pressing down on his head. And then she knows the routine. She's been living this fucking miserable life with this miserable fuck for so long.
Has she? I don't know.
I don't know, but I'm assuming it because.
Well, you're right. She has been. Cause at first, this is the beauty of the show. At first, I thought she was a member of this village, but you're right. She's been with him because she is drawn to fake tough guys, as we'll learn throughout this movie.
Well, there's that, and also she knows the routine. She's been living this routine. She's had to learn this routine.
I'm just trying to explain why she's here.
Yes. Okay. Oh,
because she's drawn. Fake tough guys is like her fetish.
Yeah.
Gets her what?
But I mean, you could think of that, but then the other thing I think of is just we have not seen like any women in this movie at this point, especially. We have not seen
probably some dead ones, but
maybe.
Yeah.
And even if you look at that with Laserdisc and Enhance, you can't tell because most of the people we've seen at this point that aren't Banditos and aren't Topo and EO are fucking dead people face down.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to figure it out. And they're all like wearing pants and shit. So, and then this is both the first woman and the first young woman. So maybe Colonel just likes fucking young women. So,
of course he does. He's a fake tough guy.
Of course, yeah. And when I say young woman, I mean mid-20s. I want to point that out just because it's a surrealist art film, and we already have a naked boy. We don't have a naked young woman in this.
I always thought he was a bigger part of the movie than he turns
so
out
did
to be. Yeah.
I would, because again, I'm so... Murray he addressed this a while ago. We've known we were going to do this movie probably a month ago.
Yeah.
And I went out because we wanted to make sure we could find it.
Yeah.
And I went on and I looked for it, and I was like, I watched like a minute of it, and I was like, there's a naked boy in this. And I jumped forward like 10 minutes, and I was like, there is still a naked boy in this. Then I jumped forward to a scene, obviously we'll get to later, and I was like, what the fuck are we about to do? Can we do this?
Yes, we can.
That's a teaser. Stay tuned.
So
she goes for the boots.
Right,
and
the
this
fucking
is why
thigh-high boots, the waders.
This is why I was saying she's lived this life for a while now. Because she instinctively goes for the boots, and he goes, no! I did not tell you to get my boots.
Do not anticipate my orders. Because, this is the thing. She is attracted. She wants to be with. Because first of all, we'll learn. We're like baby facing her. Mara's a cunt. All right. We'll learn later on in the fucking movie. I hated her.
Yeah.
She was a bitch.
She's meant to be hated.
And she is drawn to the bad, like a lot of women are. She's drawn to the bad boy, but she sees through it now. She sees that the Colonel is a fake tough guy.
Right.
So she's stuck with him now, but she's over him.
Guys, can I please make this comparison? And maybe it'll work. She is Melania.
Yeah.
And
she made a deal with the devil, and now she's got to put up with it.
Exactly. And I don't think, like, I feel bad for Melania, but I feel...
I don't.
No.
I believe that's it. Griff?
Thank you.
Perfect
I know.
fucking analogy.
I know.
She is Mara. Alania.
I know.
Marlania.
What I'm going to say is just, like, I feel bad for her.
I don't, but, yeah.
Because I don't think any person should ever come to the situation where they're like, this is a good idea. That is sad because they probably met each other as an adult too, and she was just like, "Yeah, I want to go along with that." It's fucking sad. Everything anybody would come to the decision to be near a Donald Trump like figure.
You make a deal with the devil.
Yes, and so Mara made a deal with the devil, and now she's fucking dealing with her. And guys, if we haven't really solidified the fucking Donald Trump comparison, what does this woman do? Because she fetches the boots. She's told, no, not my fucking boots. Okay, now my fucking boots because I told you to. Right. Like, it's me. It's me, bitch. It's Donald J. fucking Trump.
I'm keeping you on your toes, bitch, kind of thing.
She has to put the fucking lifts in his god. Yeah. We don't need to do...
It was like a sham.
We don't need to do the JD... wait, was it... Cruz, Ted Cruz, that everybody, or was it, who was it? No, Florida guy.
DeSantis?
His
little go-go boots?
DeSantis and his We've got a DeSantis go-go boot situation. Well, Trump too. We already know that because of his, And
she puts the lifts in his boots, Tom Cruise style. And now we see that these guys outside fear the Colonel.
That's
He's
right.
full regalia. It's like some
medals adorned, everything. He's not a coward, despite his bone spurs.
Walks outside, and the banditos grovel. And like, oh, please, we did not mean. Because they thought she fucking had ratted on them because they, trying to fuck her.
Yeah.
And like, we didn't do anything. And he's please.
I
thought you were wanting to
No. Everything's good.
And
I just have an angle.
He's reveling in it, and You know what this feels like right now to me as I watched this the second time through? No, I'm interested to hear it though.
Toe cutter.
Oh.
This was so fucking pre-Mad Max, kind of like biker gang.
Yeah.
Think about, you got Colonel, this like
that's true.
Weird fucking charismatic character that, like, I think Toe Cutter was actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, not his acts or anything, but this guy's obviously a total fake. Toe Cutter at least had his own hair and all that. And he had like, I don't know, would you consider Toe Cutter a fake tough guy?
He turns out he is, because remember, he runs like a bitch from Max at the end.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I thought he was just kind of like a lost teen, like mid-20s, rebel without a cause type of guy. And then when finally rubber hit the road, to make a more, bike on road analogy, he fucking turned and fled.
Yeah.
But when I saw the Colonel in these fucking groups and everything, I was just like reminded of some of the Mad Max scenes when the motorcycle gang arrives in that little fucking podunk town and they're just running havoc on it. And I was like, shit, I wonder if George Miller was influenced by this kind of
I
shit.
wouldn't be
'cause
surprised.
They have a look. The 4 banditos we're talking about, they all have their own look. There's pink guy who's tall.
Yeah.
There's fucking guy with the silver mustache and like he's got bows tied around his wrists and shit. Like they're flamboyant. They're devilish. Like I don't know. It was very Mad Max.
They
for me.
have Riz.
They do.
So these are his dogs of war. To take another line from Road Warrior, Lord
Thank
Humongous, he makes them grovel like dogs. And they get down on their hands and knees and are making dog barking noises. He's like, I want you to beg for this pussy I have here.
And so they do, and they get back to their feet, and they're dancing around, and tongues are lopping out of their mouths. And he goes, good dogs, stay. And then he turns to Mira or Mara? Mara. Kiss them all on the mouth.
Right. He can see that she's slipping away from him, so he has to regain. That's why he slapped her with the boot thing. He's always trying to keep her on her toes.
Yeah. Well, I like that. Toes. He stays on his toes.
Yeah.
Because of the lifts.
So he has to now put her in her place because she kind of like there's like a chain of command. Like
Yes.
she talked back to his men, so he's like he has to punish both of them in a way.
We also have to remember, he has no fucking traits to offer her. He's a shell of a human being. He's a fucking complete narcissist, piece of shit.
Yeah.
He's got nothing, no warm characteristics. So, of course, the only way he can keep people under his thumb is by doing this kind
Fear,
of brutish
yeah.
shit. Yeah.
So he makes her kiss them all on the mouth. And
She tries to peck one of them, and he goes, "Oh, no, girl. I'm half chub here. I want full chub."
Yeah.
Really kiss him.
While this is going on, we cut back to the edge of the town where we see the one guy, the loner bandito.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like guard duty watching, and El Topo sneaks up on him. I thought he had some weird kind of like ninja weapon. It was just a knife.
It was just a knife.
Yeah.
It's one of the greatest shots I've ever seen. I don't know if people have used it as a meme these days because literally I had no idea what was happening because it's just like a 3-second cut over to him to show like El Topo has arrived.
Yeah, because while the banditos are having their fun, this guy is literally he has all the villagers lined up in a wall, and he's just randomly just shooting, like not even looking, shooting people in the back.
Walking down the line with a gallon of wine, just sipping on it, just shooting people. They're falling over. Again, you can't tell men from women because, it's all over. So, gets a knife, falls down from his lookout tower, and we see like a close-up of a guy with a knife in his neck. It's good. Anyways.
All right, cut back to the colonel. The dogs have all gotten their kisses, and then the colonel pushes her down on the ground and says, "Feast, my dogs."
Yeah, he's like, you know what my dogs are like? Titties. Go ahead and reveal those titties.
So he realizes this is what I believe. He realizes she's over him, so he has to dump her before she dumps him. So
Right.
that's why he feeds her to his dogs of war.
But it also keeps his dogs of war in check because
Right.
they're like, our colonel's good to us. Not only
Right.
do we get victories, whatever that is
Right.
to them, but he gives us the scraps. And
Right.
we heard it in the... I'm just so fascinated because I thought Jodorowsky just did like weird, segmented, weird shit. I didn't think this movie was going to connect as well as it did.
yeah.
And like things lead into the other things lead into the other things. Like he actually wrote a good fucking screenplay.
Right.
I think.
So just as they're about, and they even like, there's interesting uses of audio in this too. There's women that sound like men that sound like women.
Yes.
And there's men that sound like dogs. So they're literally, or was it dogs? Because there is a lion thing later.
There's
on.
lions. There's monkeys. There's all this is the fun of.
So
parsing this
as they're
movie.
about to just devour poor Mara, Topo kicks the doors open. Him and Eho are there. And they got the drop on him. So they disarm all of the banditos and the colonel.
That's right. And now we're all coming to a circle and everything. And he's got to fuck with Colonel because Colonel's the top honcho. So you got that moment there where it's like everybody backs off and they're just watching. And so
One of the banditos, though, they didn't check his collar.
Oh, that's right.
And he has a gun hidden in his collar.
He goes for it.
And Topo, boom, just blasts him away.
I don't know if he gave him the Jesus spear shot. Did he give it?
I think he shot him in the head.
No, because this guy walks off
Oh,
to get his
okay.
photograph.
That's right. I think he did give. I think that is a theme.
Yeah, he got the Jesus shot, so right above the hip. And this guy, instead of just like keeling over and dying, he's got like 1,000 paces in him. So he goes over, and this is the guy who's obsessed with music. Right. So you got one guy who was like, one bandito who was reading, quote, he was playing with the book. You had one guy who was playing with the music. The one guy, I was like, I wonder if there's something else happening here. I didn't look enough into it. But yeah, he goes over, gets his phonograph, and dies with it.
End of Act 1. Act 2, Genesis. Now the tides have turned. All the monks are now armed, and they're fucking pissed, man. They were ready for some revenge because Ao gives them the guns. He's standing with them, and I can't wait. There's also a very interesting thing. I actually didn't pick up on it. I read about it, but it'll be interesting. We're getting to it.
I really want to read more about this. Yeah.
So Topo is like, he sees, this is the big tough guy.
Yeah.
I got to take him out. The alpha's got to take out the alpha.
Don't exhaust yourself taking out all the fucking underlings. Go for the top dog.
Right. And you take out the head, and then the body just withers and dies.
That's right.
So he's going to have a fucking duel. This is a Western. We got to have the shoot-off.
That's right. And I love that Topo, again, stylistic choices of Jodorowsky, because Topo's always doing like hand cross things, and he's just super stylistic.
Do you think, we've always said Billy Drago invented hand acting. Do you think it really was Jodorowsky and that Drago was a disciple?
They might have been kind of like students together. Because I could, if you said, yeah, Billy Drago went on a world tour to find himself, and like him and Jodorowsky met in some weird fucking theater working for tamales, I'd be like, yeah, that's very true. That's very real. Because they're hand acting, the both of them. They know how to act with every fucking little bit of them.
Colonel is scared shitless. The tough guy has become the fake tough guy. And he's like cowering because he sees this guy's fucking the real deal. So we think.
Right. So Topo knows like this draw's fake. No one believes that Colonel has a shot, figurative, literally, at me. So he turns his back. He puts his arms up and turns his back and says, I'm unarmed.
And like a true coward, that's where the Colonel goes for his gun. But Topo's got the drop on him. Boom, like a cat. He just fucking...
Behind the back, no look, shoots the gun out of his hand, people.
Then, insult to injury, shoots the toupee off his head.
Walks right up to him and just shoots the toupee off his head.
Strips the fucking guy down to his fucking red satin undies.
And again, he does it in like the TikTok way where like the people put their hand in front of the camera and pull back out and like the scene has completely changed. He just puts his hand forward and grabs at his belt loop and then pulls, and suddenly this guy is in his red down to his ankle drawers again.
His banditos turn on him. He's been
They're all
exposed.
laughing. Yeah.
They found a new fucking tough guy to follow.
That's right. So
Topo.
everybody is gathering around. They're all laughing their ass off. They're seeing their colonel be stripped down, literally. And then El Topo starts going down for his belt where he's got a couple knives, and Colonel's begging him, please, you've got to tell me, who are you to do this to me?
He's offended by it. He's like, who are you to judge me?
Oh, that was it. Yeah.
I am God. The total line from a fake tough guy. This gun makes me God.
Yeah.
We're getting. This is some very social commentary on our American culture.
Exactly.
The gun makes you a god.
Right.
So the banditos loving it. They found a new master, and they're taunting the Colonel. They pin him down. Topo pulls out that fucking Rambo knife.
Yeah, again, all of his crew are now chanting for him to be castrated. They're all in favor. They're like, yes, we want to see a dick. And the shot they do, he does an upward stroke, and there's like a rainbow of blood. And yeah, that cut his dick off.
Balls go fucking flying.
And then we just get the naked side shot of Colonel walking, holding his injured, his now missing dick. And he's just creeping over to where his gun is in the corner, and he just cowers. And
he literally has no balls.
Yeah.
That's called metaphors, people. Kills himself, unalives himself. I'm sorry.
Yep. And then we go back to the town where the villagers are putting bags over the banditos and shooting them up.
So now Mara. By the way, is nameless at this point.
Yeah, I was just gonna say she has no name at this point.
She's in her mind, I finally found the real tough guy.
The real tough guy. So Topo does not reach out for her. She takes his hand and puts it on her breast, and he just kind of pulls it back and walks back to his horse. Io in tow.
I was getting another vibe, Lone Wolf and Cub. I wonder if this predates Lone Wolf and Cub or came after it.
Well, it's 73 or something, and I thought Lone Wolf and Cub was 60s.
Well, this is 70, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You said 73. This is 70 when this movie.
Oh, this was 70. Okay.
But still, yeah, I think it was. The movies came out in the 70s, but I think the manga had come out in the 60s.
I could see Lone Wolf and Cub, yeah. Obviously, Cub's a little bit older.
So, Io's ready to fucking book. He's like, let's go. We're out in the next town. Mara just fucking face palms him, pushes him out. He's like, no, you take me.
Mara starts getting in on fucking... Because after the breast thing happens, she tries to close in on him again as he's about to hop on his horse. This is, of course, Topo. And she gets in there, and Topo actually is like, oh, shit. That's right. I'm into women. And he starts brushing her hair off her face and stuff. And you're like, oh, shit. He's starting to get caught up a little bit in her fog. Yeah. And that's when Hio, because he's a...
No, Topo's high on his own smog. He's so into himself.
Okay.
He just said, I am God, for fuck's sake.
So he is indifferent. He's just I don't know which way this is going to settle. So he pushes, Io... at this point, wedges in between both of them.
Right.
And Topo just pushes Mara away. And then Mara and Io are now in a race to get to the horse.
Right. And Topo's loving that.
Yeah, Topo is loving the fact that...
Who loves me more?
Exactly. Yeah. And so, being the woman and the adult, she just takes... Io by the collar and just throws him.
Well, not the collar. He's naked.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But, yeah.
Back of the neck, like a cat, and just throws him away. And so she gets on the horse.
Right.
And now she's in a whole new outfit, by the way. She's in yellow and brown instead of just the brown robe. And this is interesting because Io comes up to the horse and even fucking Topo is just yeah, you had your chance. But he has this big line for him.
Destroy me. Depend on no one. Classic fake tough guy lines. He's basically, and it's you're my son, therefore you are me. You're a duplicate of me, so you must be as tough as me.
Right.
It has nothing to do with a child who needs a father, who needs somebody to care for him.
Yeah.
He's just
you need to go on your Catcher in the Rye journey. You need to find yourself, Holden.
Okay.
Get out there. Depend on no one. Fucking come
I didn't pick up on this, but apparently he joins the monks. He goes by the monks. The kid, he's dressed now.
Yes, in a robe.
That's not Brontes.
No, it is
Jodorowsky.
Yeah.
Griff. We often hear about body doubles for nude scenes. This is a body double for a clothed scene.
That is? Oh, my God.
Has that ever been done in the history of movies?
I didn't even consider that. That's so funny. Oh, my God. All right, so they tell the other fucking monks tell him cry, appeal to your father's senses because he's being a fucking menace right now, and he won't cry.
Right.
And Topo rides off.
He's passed down the fucking toxic masculinity to his son.
And I love this about the scenes we're about to talk about because we're cutting to Topo and Mara just riding around. First, she's in the back, and her ass is like hanging out of her like her
Yeah.
little pants that
There
she
was a lot
has
of
on
butt
here.
crack going on.
They're like
She
they
had the
do.
lowriders on.
They do not try to make these people look sexy. They
If only
make
she'd had the thong hanging out.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if they did that movie today, it'd be Megan Fox. She would have, like, a G-string hanging out or something. And it would just be like, this is weird. But they are just, like, making this just, yeah.
She's all in that fucking cock smog.
like,
She's
the first
like, I
shot-
finally found my tough guy.
The first shot is her riding back, holding on to him. The second shot, which happens, like, in a span of 6 seconds, is her throttling him in front. Like, trying to ride him while riding the horse.
So they stop at, like, an oasis.
Is this where he's like on the fucking rock
Yeah.
playing the flute?
There's like a waterfall in the background.
Yeah, beautiful shot.
And he's just playing that little flute music, doing some fucking Ian Anderson shit.
That's right. Mara is hanging out by the water and she's just bathing herself a little bit,
Holding a baby bird in her hand.
sitting by a park bench, and she starts sipping on the water. And she's like, "It's so bitter. What is this?"
And this we get a little biblical. This is where she gets her name finally, because he tells a story about Moses, and they've come upon bitter water. As he's doing this, he's swirling a branch in the water.
Yeah, he finds a giant branch and just starts swirling the water.
And he's like, Moses found water he called Mara. And he stirs the water, and then
Because it was bitter water.
Right,
His
and-
people were thirsty, but the water was bitter.
and she drinks from the water and goes, "This is like the sweetest water I've ever had. I will call you Mara, because you are like bitter water." He's got her figured out, man.
Yeah.
So now they just been through the desert on a horse with no name. They're just going around through the desert. This, okay, I don't know. You want to handle this? Because this did confuse me.
Is this at the point where they figured out that they need? No, they haven't. We haven't got to our
not
mission of
yet.
this.
Yeah.
Because we're like, where's this movie going? What's our next goal here? They're wandering through the desert. And what we're about to learn is that we're kind of like, he is kind of too badass. He is not real for this world. His gun skills are too far beyond. He's
hurt. He's looking for a challenge. Is what he's looking for.
What I was gonna say is he's pulling a High Plains Drifter, where it's like he's got to be some kind of mythical being. He does not. His skills are too advanced.
I don't agree with that. I think he wants that. That's his ultimate goal. He wants to achieve godhood. He wants to be the High Plains Drifter.
Sure. When I'm watching this movie,
But I don't believe that. He's right out of the playbook of a fake tough guy.
I bought into the whole Jodorowsky weirdness. So when he's doing all of his fucking, I'm so incredibly advanced skilled, I didn't think Western. I thought Jodorowsky being a fucking freak. So I thought, and especially since he's been saying, well, I'm God. I thought he actually was some kind of weird god, deity type of situation. And then
I disagree, but it's your opinion's
yeah,
valid.
Yeah, no, this is just what I thought as I was watching the movie. So now, as I love your tough guy theory, I think it's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
And now we're going through the desert, and Mara's asking him like, "How are we supposed to fucking survive this shit?" He just gets off and he's like,
The cracks. See, this is the thing, Graf. The cracks are showing. First of all, she's never gonna meet a perfect man. She's always gonna be searching, because no one's gonna live up to her ideals.
Right.
So the cracks are always showing in his tough guy demeanor for her, and we'll learn in a moment.
Yeah,
afterwards.
yeah. No, that's really interesting. It's like it's never gonna live up to her expectations because
you can never live up to this woman's fucking expectations.
she has no understanding of herself and
She doesn't know her mind.
She doesn't know.
This girl.
Guys, I wish we could do one of these tippy taps that we always theorize about off mic. You guys didn't even get to hear about me and Murray talking about death. We did a fucking solid 20 minutes off mic about death, religion. Like, this is what Jodorowsky does to you. And hey, friends, if you want to do a Jodorowsky movie with us, yes. Plan on a long evening, but yes, we want to fucking do that because
Holy Mountain.
I want to so bad. I want to watch Holy Mountain so bad.
Yeah, so do I. Because I've seen just images and they look really cool.
Dude, what I remember from watching it, oh yeah. Anyways, so now we got Jodorowsky out here, Topo out here, and he's trying to just plow this woman with fucking miracles. So he stands out. They get off the horse. They're just in the middle of the desert. He just digs his feet in the sand, spreads them wide, spreads eagle, and then she starts digging underneath them and finding ping pong balls, eggs.
They were eggs because he crushed them.
They're supposed to be eggs.
Yeah, and there's yolks in them. They crushed them.
And so they have sustenance. They have some kind of food, some kind of calorie to consume here. And it's a miracle. And then she's like, yes, but what about water? He turns and shoots a rock, and suddenly it's a water
It's a
fountain.
random rock spire is like there. Yeah, and then water starts pouring out, and Topo prays to God.
And yeah, my only thirst, it's not for actual water, actual essence of my human body.
I want to correct that. Topo doesn't think he's God. He thinks he's Christ. He's the son of God. And God will answer his prayers. And he does, because the rock starts emitting water.
So we see he's now training Mara on this, but she sees it only in the physical aspect, not the philosophical aspect, not the theological aspect. The metaphysical aspect. And so she shoots at a rock and nothing. Nothing! Or
nada,
as they say in Spanish. And then she digs under, like, she spreads eagle or something, and he digs under her. No eggs. Nothing. And then we get to the scene where she's just walking in circles, and she's so defeated because every one of the miracles she's trying to pull, because she doesn't believe in these things. She's trumping it. She's just like, oh yeah, I believe.
Right.
I went my whole year, life without believing in this kind of thing, but, in 5 minutes, I've just decided I believe now.
Right.
So no miracles are happening for her. She's walking in a circle. She's completely in dismay. Nada. And in the middle of that circle, Topo. And he's just like in meditation. And finally, he's just like, I've had fucking enough of this shit.
You need a good fucking is what you need, woman.
So then we just like do an abrupt cut to him standing in the midst of her circle. She's done 100 circles around him in the same exact path. And now he's standing in that path, face down, and she just bumps into him. And then he like pushes her off. Before he stood up, he started undoing his pantaloons and everything. Right. And so you're like, oh, what? And sure enough, and you told me there's a little behind.
Story I heard was that to promote this movie, Jodorowsky claimed, because this is a rape scene, he claimed he really raped her. He said, "We only have one shot.
Yeah,
I'm gonna fuck you." And then he came later on. He said, "No, it was just a publicity thing. I was being an edgelord. You know, I did not rape this woman."
It is not hard to believe that he would do something like that.
And we don't really. All we see is him rip her clothes off. We don't see him really. We don't really have a rape scene.
Yeah, no.
You're led to believe that's what happens.
It is a very intense scene. They did a fucking great job with this scene. But then we just start getting cuts as she's screaming out, because even though it's like she's into him, like that's a good message for people today. Like just because you're in a fucking relationship doesn't mean you can just take your man or woman at any time, or man and man, or woman and woman. Partner, I should say. She like we get the cuts of her like in the water floating, and she's screaming out. It's supposed to be the bitter water or something.
Yeah.
But
is this supposed to believe that through fucking her, he gave some of his magic to her, because now she can do what he can do. She finds the eggs, she shoots the rock, and water comes out.
Yeah. It's awful. It's like it's supposed to be like the struggle brings truth kind of idea, but at the same time, it's like, does that mean that fucking Topo got raped by somebody and that brought truth to him, or is this supposed to be just truths are hard to come by and you have to fucking like go through a lot to get them?
You have to suffer in order to.
Suffer?
There is a belief of that. You have to suffer for your art or for whatever.
So. I wanted to read more about some of like how people interpret these things. It didn't end up happening. I didn't get the fucking time to do it.
No, I alluded to earlier that the cracks were showing. Like he was God to her, but now the cracks are showing. The fake tough guy's coming out now. 'Cause she can do what he can do. She believes she's his equal, if not his better. So she no longer worships him. She's like, if you want my love, you need to do something for me.
Not to mention, they have no pack. They have no clothes. They are wearing and carrying everything they have. And yet she's in a different blouse now. She's in like a maroon blouse now.
Well, women always have tons of clothes.
Apparently. She added up her ass
She
or
took
something.
all those shoes from Shampito. He didn't need them.
There we go. But yeah,
So now
do you love me? I do. And do you love me? No. You're a bitch. You're right.
Right,
It was like now,
Right.
because we get the scene of her digging up the eggs. She touches a rock to a rock in water. So she's like, no, I'm the same as you.
Yeah, you're no longer special.
Yeah.
So now he knows deep down, like all fake tough guys knows, that he's a fake. The person who knows a fake tough guy is a fake tough guy the most is the fake tough guy. So he's like, holy shit, I got to get my mojo back. I got to get this bitch back in line.
Right. His eyes are wide open. What will do it for this woman? The only way to be the guy I need to be is I need you to go take on the 4 gunmen.
Gunmasters.
Gunmasters.
Not gunmen, gunmasters.
Gunmasters of the
And
desert.
Kill them, and then maybe you'll get my love.
Maybe. Because you need to be the best to get the best. She's got a high,
But he's like, how will we find them? The desert is like a circle. Aha! I'll go in a spiral.
That's right.
The journey's going to be difficult, though. But he's like, I will finish my goals. Because if they are real masters, they will give me a signal. They'll, like game recognizes game. They will call out to me if I call out to them. And so they go on their journey. And she's bitching nonstop. We've been walking for days, months, years. And finally, a signal flare is shot.
All right. So we're traveling this fucking desert. And as you said, Nara is just constantly, when are we going to be there? When's the next pit stop? I've been waiting for a fucking sheet forever. I want some of that delicious gas station food. There's no gas station. What about the 4 masters? The masters will send us the signal. We'll find them. Because he actually has faith.
Yeah.
He's not trumping
Game
this.
recognizes game.
Right. He's not trumping this shit. He knows it's real. He knows people like him really exist. And so he's like, no, we'll find them. We'll travel, and our destination will bring itself. And then, sure enough, I thought there actually was a signal in the sky, but where's my mic going here? I apparently have pulled my mic way off the fucking table here. There is like some kind of signal, and then we see that there is a random well-like structure.
Like a
or something.
silo almost.
Silo is probably the better way to point it out. Big brick and mortar silo.
And this is where we meet, as Griff put in our notes, Master Blaster. We have a legless guy being carried piggyback by an armless guy.
It's good shit.
I think this is. I haven't seen enough Jodorowsky to say, but doesn't he incorporate a lot of like handicapped kind of people in his movies? I
think because he's into the absurd. Like I was saying that
the grotesque, the absurd kind of.
He really likes the whole Jesus leopard thing, and so whenever I saw like, sorry everybody, spoil a little bit. He seems to really like this side of folks. He really likes casting people who have deformities and shit. Like Elephant Man, I feel like he would jerk off over.
Maybe.
He seems very obsessed with.
So this isn't one of the masters, though. This is like the emissary, the guy, the gatekeeper, if you will, to the real master. And they tell him the master makes everyone wait.
And sure enough, he points out somebody who's currently waiting.
Right. And Griff and I both thought, 'cause like we said, we've only seen one woman in this movie. We thought this was Mara.
One woman, and also I think we were both banking on this movie being weirder.
Yeah.
So we thought there was going to be more like weird meaning, and these women look kind of close because Mara has no makeup on.
Yeah.
And then we cut over to this woman who's now El Topo'd out.
Right.
So it's very easy to be like, oh shit, that's just Mara now completely dressed up.
A character we will call Fopo, because she is
Fopo.
the female Topo.
Yes, not because she's fake,
No, but she
because it's very
dresses
close to,
similar.
That's very close to faux,
Right.
F-A-U-X, Fopo.
No.
Female Topo.
And she, like, 'cause she's dressed, not exactly like him, but wearing like black leather,
Hat,
looking cool.
looks great.
Gong goes off. The master will now see you.
This is so weird. The master will see you. He makes everybody wait. But your female companion must go to the oasis. That he's talking about Mara.
No broads. So Topo, in order to, because we learned the master's called the blind man.
Yeah.
In order to,
A lot of just like makeshift ladders in this too.
Yeah.
You'll notice that they're everywhere here. And so he's starting to ascend that ladder, but Master Blaster tells him, no, you must forfeit your hat and your gun.
I understand the gun. Why the hat?
Why the hat?
Probably wanted to wear it. Even though he can't, because he's got no arms.
The hat?
He can't put it on.
I mean,
Is that
Blaster
what? Well, that's
or
what
Master can put it on
Well,
him.
Master can. Blaster is the body.
Yeah, he
Master's
would
the-
not have
right.
been able to put the hat on. You're right about that. Yeah. That's
So
true.
he ascends. There's a ladder against the silo. Gets on the roof. There's a sheep laying on a door.
Right. And he pets the sheep, which again, that's very Jesus, right?
Yeah,
Shepherd
sure.
of sheep and all that.
The shepherd of sheep. Yes.
Yeah.
One of his many names.
That's right.
He moves his sheep aside, opens a trap door, and descends into where the blind man is sitting and waiting.
I do not need the light. I'm beyond the light. I'm beyond sight.
This is, well, we'll learn the four gun masters are real tough guys because they've transcended the need to be seen as tough guys.
Right.
They're confident in who they are. They don't need to swing their dick around. They don't need to threaten people, make people scared of them. They have reached enlightenment.
Right.
So this is what we'll learn. And they all came by it in different ways.
Right.
So he's just like in the what do you call it, crisscross applesauce position.
Crisscross applesauce on a little bench that he's got set up, made of stone, of course. And he's got a little stone figure in front of him, and he's wearing his little thong.
And he says, count to 3 and grab this figure from me.
Uno. Dos. Tre. Can't get it. Places it on the back of Topo's hand. And Topo just brings it back in. How?
I try not to win, but to achieve the perfect domain so as not to fear the bullets. Because that's the thing about, when you're confident in yourself, you don't have to win games, Griff. It doesn't matter. And Topo's fucking still pissed off that he lost this fucking game. And it's just fucking a game of keep away.
You think he was pissed? I thought he seemed different
no,
about
because
it.
because he's finally realizing I'm not as tough as I am, but he's fighting it. He's like, no, I am tough.
He's like,
I'll be tough by proving it by beating you.
He's like a teenager who's a fish out of water. You know, he's a little too big for that pond, and then when he gets out of there, he realizes they're bigger fishes.
Right.
So he's finally meeting a bigger fish, and the guy he's got, our blind man, he's got all these bullet wound scars over him, and Topo starts tracing him, and the guy's like, the bullets mean nothing to me. Like, they've gone through my internal organs, you know,
I don't
arteries.
fear death.
Nothing happens to
Yeah,
me.
because he says they hit the like empty spaces or something like that.
Yeah, he gives it a very like action movie trope, like explain it away. So
To prove his point, he has Master Blaster shoot him.
yeah, we get a shot of them just ascending the ladder. Like, why are we doing this? And then he goes, "Shoot me here," and we're like, "What?" And then it cuts to Master Blaster up top with Topo's gun, and they shoot right through his, like, the back of his shoulder.
Right. And he bleeds barely, just a little bit.
I bleed just so you can see how little effect it has on me. Offers his bloody hand to him, and Topo is just like, what the fuck?
I let the bullets pass right through me. Do you still think you can beat me?
He's like, I will beat you. But Blind doesn't fear killing. And as he explains to Topo, there's no death. I'm not afraid to kill you. And he tells Topo, I don't even give a shit if you take the first shot. It's yours. All right, so Topo, we join him. He goes back to that oasis where
freaked out. He's just like, holy shit, I met a real tough guy. I can't beat this guy. It's impossible.
But he's got his hometown girl with him, who's just like, he ain't so tough. We'll cheat. We'll win. It's all about us, babe. It's us against the world. See what she's doing? You see what she's doing?
Yeah, I see exactly what she's doing. And this, once again, it's just falling into this, like I said, it's the dilemma of the fake tough guy. He is like, a real man would have integrity. You would fight a guy fairly.
You would go to Eastern Market, get into a fight over a parking spot, and settle it verbally or with fisticuffs. Not drive to a second
And if you
location
lost, you'd accept that loss.
and just leave.
Now he's contemplating cheating and shit because he's just like, I got to win no matter what. I have to get my fucking Riz back.
How much of you of this did you think was him and not her inserting into his brain? Because he seemed like humbled by the game recognizing game. She did not recognize that game because she was not there, and she is just trying to step on a neck to climb a ladder. And I don't mean to feminize this whole perspective. This is just very much like a fucking piece of shit perspective. Like, we have too many male figures in the world who do this kind of shit.
Well, no, Mara is a piece of shit.
Yes.
This is what we learned.
I'm just trying to say, I'm not trying to narrow it down to a female perspective. It's just, she is the ladder
Well, she's
climber.
not. Well, she's a representative of a certain kind of woman. And especially at this time, because we're talking 1970, and we're talking Old West, women have no power.
Yeah, okay.
So you have to get your power through your man.
Okay, yes.
So she's got to be with the strongest, biggest, toughest man.
She's Nancy Reagan.
Throat goat. So, yeah, I mean, you might be onto something. He might be like, maybe this would, like, he's on the path to enlightenment, but she's fucking tamping it down. She's like, no, we got to beat this guy.
Right. No, I mean, I feel like my Nancy Reagan fucking thing is dead on at this point because I don't think Ronald would have been as bad as he was if it weren't for fucking Nancy pushing him along. I sound terrible here. They're terrible. Both of them are terrible.
Right. There's such thing as terrible women, Griff. Okay?
Yeah.
And you know, like we were saying, masculinity isn't toxic, but there is toxic masculinity.
Yes.
And people are getting, I think people get confused with that nowadays.
Oh, yeah. Well, because, yeah, the two get tied together so quick.
I mean, that's what the gun masters are. They are proper masculinity.
Yeah.
Topo is toxic because he believes you can only be a man by killing people.
Right.
And dominating people.
Yeah.
So.
I'm sorry, everybody. Come on. This is a fucking surrealist art movie.
So now the duel is happening. They're going to face off. Blind man, perfectly confident. He got a nice little, his hair did by, he got his hair braided by Blaster's feet because he has no hands. Right. He has hands, he has no arms.
Again, this movie is just full of shots that you're just drawn to, and time just goes away. It's not Bone Tomahawk where you're just like, why are we watching this scene for 9 minutes? No chicory at all.
Oh, thank God. He gets some red dots painted on him. He's getting his war paint on. He's ready to go. Fearless.
I was wondering if that was like another religious thing because like we do have like our Indian dots and everything. And I don't know my religions.
So now they start walking towards each other until there's like it was just like a pile of tumbleweeds like in front of the blind man.
It's so cool though because both of them are barely lifting their feet. Yeah. We thought the blind man's so cool he would walk confidently, but even he is just barely lifting his feet, just kind of sliding through the sand. So I thought that was kind of interesting.
Blind man falls into his Topo's trap. He had a little pit, and he falls right into it. So now he's like up to his neck.
Yep.
Topo shoots him in the head.
He lost his focus because that was his thing. It's like he was constantly in a meditative. When we saw him in the well, he was in a meditative state and everything. The bullet
Topo was cheated. That's
yeah,
basically
well,
yeah.
The bullet passed right through him because he was in his meditative. But he gets hit by the sudden shock of falling. And you notice, maybe you didn't notice, the scene before, as Mara's telling him, you need to cheat to win. You need to do anything at any cost to fucking get these 4 gunmen. Topo is descending in the water so slowly, leaving just his hat floating on the surface. It was foreshadow.
Oh, so that's where you got the idea. Yeah.
Of the trap idea of making the blind man fall into a trap.
I did not see that, but you're right, yeah.
Yeah.
And so then he's like, he's got his fucking Riz back. He's like, yeah. Like you say, deep down, I think you're onto something. Deep down, he wants to attain what they have, but he's still stuck in his old ways. He's like, I have to be a badass to be a man.
It's the pursuit of what you think will make you happy. I need to make money at any cost because that'll make me happy. And then, yeah.
So he's like, yeah, I'm a man again. Throws the gun to Mara. She just starts shooting at Master Blaster. Nice.
She is laughing maniacally.
Right, she's evil.
This is where we break the cover of... Well, if you're a sane person, the scene where Mara's telling him, cheat at any cost, it doesn't matter. You've got to be the fucking best because only I get the best.
Right.
And you have to be the best. So that's the mask off scene. But this is like really... If you're still on board with Mara at this point, because she is... Grabs that gun, laughing hysterically, shooting Blaster off in the distance. And
well, Blaster, he has a gun, but he has no arms. So he's like he's trying to grab for it with his little stub hands.
Yeah.
And then she shoots him sadistically. And so, yeah, I mean, if anybody's like the evilest person in this movie is Mara.
Mara, yeah.
Topo's at least trying to go on this journey.
Like, Topo is completely lost. Like, he feels confident in himself, but he's unsure of himself, and especially as he meets the gunman. You see, he is realizing the veneer of tough guy is breaking down.
Right.
And so he's trying to ascend. He is trying to evolve as a man, break beyond toxic masculinity. And
because he's finally getting examples of what it is to be a true tough guy.
Yeah. All these fucking, like, feminine, weird dudes, just artful dudes, one with the world dudes, are just like, seriously? You think mowing the lawn makes you cool? You think waving at a flag makes you fucking cool? You think carrying a gun with you makes you cool?
So Topo, being the lesser of the two evils, does put Master Blaster back together again.
She is, like, trying to stomp on Master's face and laugh at him and piss on his head. And fucking Topo has to push her over, like, stop peeing on this man. Puts the two together so they can, be one. And then, they have a nice little grave already set out for, because they made that pitfall.
Mara is orgasmic. She strips down when they get back to the Oasis and just jumps in the water and loving it.
Oh, yeah.
I got the baddest motherfucker in the world right now.
And we got Topo just laying up, just like, with his back to Mara, just staring up like, what the fuck did I just do? I just cheated. Did I really win? Did I really achieve anything by doing this?
Yeah.
And then we get Fopo comes up. Hey, I know where the second signal is if you want to follow me. And he's like, he just kind of gives her a nod. Topo is a man of few words, so he just kind of gives her a nod.
And then Mara sees Fopo.
And they have a little interaction, friction that happens here.
I wouldn't say it's friction. It's like, because it's a positive thing. It's like, I think she has an attraction to Fopo. Maybe she just likes people in leather. But they wind up in the pool. I think, does Fopo hand her the mirror?
Well, this is kind of weird because this is when we get into some of the more abstract weirdness here because, like, you got Fopo in her leather and then suddenly it's like a close-up and she's naked and then she's extending her tongue out to Mara and she's got a little green M&M and a little blue M&M.
You didn't see this in Laserdisc. It was Skittles.
Oh, they were Skittles.
Yeah, it was Skittles, yeah.
That would explain why there's no stilettos on the green. Lime and blueberry, of course. Blue raspberry. actually. And so Mara, you think would take one? Mara would take one of them.
Takes a mirror.
Oh, you mean that? Yeah. Mara decides she's going to take both of them.
Yes.
And I thought that was an interesting choice, which there's got to be some fucking meaning to that.
Matrix.
Yeah, she's like, I choose to accept both. I want to be in the fake world and the real world at the same time.
Right.
So she takes both of them. And then suddenly, Topo is back on the outskirts and just hands her a little mirror. And then we just get shots of Mara and her tits staring at her own reflection.
Why is that, Griff? Because Mara will never love anyone more than she loves herself.
Yes.
So Topo, no matter what Topo does, he'll never get her love because she'll want something after that.
And remember, a few scenes ago, she asked him, "Do you love me?" And he said, "Yes, I love you." And she said, "I'll never love you unless you fucking."
You constantly have to prove your love.
You got to yeah.
So they get on the horse to go off to the next gunman, and she's still looking at herself in the mirror.
And finally, Topo realizes it and is like, turns around and shoots out the mirror. Then we just get a nice shot of Mara picking up all the pieces and handing them over to Topo, who puts them in like a little sack he has.
Right. Okay, now he arrives on level 2 for the next boss. And he meets a woman, a gypsy woman. And she's got the fucking tarot cards out.
We also had that fucking one shot where they're having sex.
Oh,
and she's just staring into the mirror.
Are they fucking under the sand?
That
Is
might
the
have
scene?
been. That was that scene.
Yeah, that's the fucking weirdest scene because, like,
uncomfortable.
Yeah, fucking. Never mind.
They are buried in the sand.
Never mind fucking on the beach. They're in the beach.
They're in it. They're completely buried, and you see heels start to ascend from the sand, and then you realize, like, oh shit, they're fucking completely.
That's some gritty pussy there.
I
like shit gritty, Griff, but not that gritty.
Okay.
So now they're back. They meet this fortune teller, and she's like, "It's been foreordained you would come." And she's like, "Come closer. You will fight my son, who's the second gunmaster."
You'll get the first shot. You can draw at any time. And again, fascinating surroundings here. Like, it's so cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just because I'm a fucking nature nerd, but it was so fucking cool.
So she calls out to her son, and he's no fear of Topo. He slowly gets up from a nap.
We saw this guy. Sorry, you'll have to wait another week to hear more about Castle Rat. But we saw this guy at the Castle Rat show. Donning furs, giant fur hat and everything. I was sweating while seeing this guy out here. And he's just relaxing. They got a whole fucking blanket, thousands of throw pillows just set up, and he's just fiddling around.
They have a lion on a leash.
They have a lion with like a little carnival wagon on a leash, and then he's got all these little like geometrical figures he's made out of like matchsticks, toothpicks, whichever one you want to choose, and he's just playing with them, just like. These are held together with my saliva. The slightest wrong touch will break apart. That is power. And you're just like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? He's like, you want to shoot me, don't you? Let's get to it.
Shoot whenever you desire. And Topo goes for the gun and gets it shot right out of his hand.
This guy is 10 light years beyond him.
Boom. Technically, you're dead. Like, basically,
He holds out his gun to him, and instead of pulling the trigger, he goes, boom, you're dead. I'm now talking to a dead man.
Yeah, basically what he's saying is like, I own you. And he goes to this little pit he has with these like copper, like fucking cookware.
He's got an anvil set up and everything, and he starts to explain his journey to becoming a real tough guy.
Right. And he's like,
Murray, is this a real tough guy?
Yes, because he's creating art.
He's responsible.
He's a tough guy because he doesn't like all the masters. He doesn't need to fight. He will fight if you challenge him, but he doesn't need to challenge people.
Right.
Which is what a tough guy is.
Right.
You don't need to prove yourself.
And he's not ashamed of being like, this is my mom over here. I live with her. I love her very much.
Yeah.
Like we have
a very close
such
relationship.
a deep understanding of each other, and that is just fucking cool.
So he's describing how he makes copper like cookware, which makes his hands strong. But it's not just strength, Griff. You need a delicate touch. So how does he do that? He makes those little geodesic kind of fucking shapes.
Again, it's the journey of a man. What makes you a man? Oh, to become strong. So I built with copper, and then I got these hands of steel. I can do anything with them. I can do this and do that. But then I realized that's not everything. And I started working with delicate things and being able to handle them. And he's taking, like I said, these giant geometrical figures held together with he did a White House fucking matchstick thing, and he's tossing
got,
it
like,
up.
all these Lego things put together.
There's no wacky.
He's like, I didn't use the directions.
Yeah.
I just put this together.
Yeah, there's no wacky glue. There's no nothing holding this together. This is spit. This is my own imagination holding it together. Go ahead. Take it from me. Just putting it into Topo's hands, it just breaks apart. And he laughs so hard. He's like, you think you're tough. You think you're a man. Just yelling at him. You are such a fucking pathetic human being. Like the person at Easter Market.
Mom I think she have Topo's gun, and she like gives it to him.
Oh, she might have walked it back to him. Yeah.
And she's like, take a shot at that, another one of those fucking geometric shapes.
Yeah, and we got the line in the background and everything, and she holds a gun to his head because she's like, yeah, you're gonna have to do this. You're gonna have to prove. And so he takes a shot. There's two figures set up, the same figure, two of them. He shoots at one, it just completely disintegrates. Right. And then what do we call this guy?
Second gunmaster. Right?
Second, yeah.
I just called him first second.
He didn't have a good name we could give him. Second gunman takes a shot at his figure, the tiniest little fragmentation. And again, this is held together by spit. Yeah. And he just goes, you see, delicate hands, the perfect, most precise shot. Look at the damage you did. Look at the damage I did.
That's where he proceeds to start manhandling Topo. You shoot to find yourself. I shoot to vanish. What he's basically saying is, I'm confident. You do things in order to get praise from others. You don't believe in yourself. You need people to tell you you're a tough guy. That's why you act out all the time. Mm-hmm. I'm confident in who I am. I don't care if people think I'm tough.
Right.
That's why I'm tough.
Right.
And so he's basically explaining that to Topo. Affection is to get lost. And to get lost, you have to love.
And you do not love. You're chasing love. You're convinced you're in love, but you have no idea what the fuck you're doing.
Right. And he's like, like the love I have for my mother, who's very important. Yeah, I love my mom. I can say it.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Right.
And then now we're set for the next duel.
So we're back over by Mom. She's got a whole fucking blanket set up. She's got the fucking table with the tarot cards spread out. She's got an eagle set up, which again, fucking Jodorowsky probably fucking killed an eagle and spread its wings here. Goddamn Jodorowsky. So they're setting up here and they're getting ready. She's like, you're going to have the last, like another duel with him. It's going to happen. And he's like, okay, I understand. But he's got this little fucking copper, what size? It's like this.
Like an ashtray.
Yeah, let's go with an ashtray.
And, yeah, I think he took it from Second Gunmaster.
He basically gave it to him.
Yeah.
And so he's taking that and then he fumbles it to the ground. And while he's on the ground, Topo reaches into his sack where he's got those mirror shards.
See, I didn't pick up on this. So yeah.
It took his second watch is when I realized this is what happened.
Okay.
And he starts spreading the mirror shards on the ground. And then he takes the gun, steps up with the ashtray, stuffs it in his breast pocket, and steps back. And Mother comes walking towards him and steps on the shards of glass and shrieks out in pain. But the love Second Gunman has for his mother, he loses sight of everything because his mother, who is now shrieking like a monkey.
I thought it was a bird.
Bird?
It sounded like birds.
Bird, monkey. It's up to,
it was definitely some kind
it was something.
Audio put in.
Yeah. And so she's shrieking out. Second Gunman goes to help her. And that's when you see, in the flurry of everything happening, Topo now has his gun on the back of Second Gunman's head, reaching down, pulling Second Gunman's gun out. And
does he kill the Second Gunman?
He shoots him like several times, yeah.
So basically the lesson learned with the Second Gunman is it's not a weakness to love. Because that's like, 'cause if you're a badass, you're not supposed to love anybody or show, you care about anybody.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to be like, Topo won because you are Mr. Burns. Right now, there's the Mr. Burns line. How do you become successful in life? You defeat the 3 evils: family, religion, and like community or something. And that is essentially what each of them is trying to tell them.
Right. So basically, it takes strength. Because the duel is about your ego. He's more concerned about the welfare of his mother. Topo sees that as a weakness. That's a strength.
Exactly. Mr. Burns. Family is a weakness.
Right. So Topo, didn't learn that lesson.
No, we did not. I mean, he's on a journey right now. We'll see where his journey ends up. Prophets! Throughout the movies, by the way, guys, we already mentioned Genesis. Now we're on to Prophets. He does these stills in that same kind of like art style that he did like the opening title credits. And now we're on to Prophets. Mara and Fopo, female, Topo, have a little fight over Topo. And they're just like on horses, like facing each other, and they both have whips now.
Yeah.
And they just start...
This is foreshadowing, I believe, because Fopo basically handles Mara no problem, whips the fuck out of her.
Oh, yeah. Puts her in her place.
Right. And that we learned that turns Mara on.
Yeah.
She likes tough guys or tough girls.
Anybody who just handles her, puts her, quote unquote, in her place.
Right.
Yeah.
And then she's whipped. She submits, and then so Fopo shows her mercy and tends to her wounds and kisses her wounds.
And again, why would she be? Because she's into it. Mara's into it.
Yeah.
Why would she be? It's that fucking like. Yeah.
Mara loves drama. Is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that would be like the flippant way of saying it, but yeah, it's just
I don't care. I'm not worried about offending Mara. Mara's a piece of shit.
Oh no, I'm not saying you're worried about offending Mara. It's just like people understanding how people end up in abusive relationships, and there's like some kind of fucking weird thing that happens there where it's just like they're horrible to me, but then they're nice to me, and it's just like I must have done something wrong.
I wouldn't say that about Mara at all. I think Mara's sick.
Just
she gets off on.
Yeah,
shit.
you know what? Mara is just yeah. Okay.
So we ride because we got the third gunmaster to find,
and now they're occurring more like we're not wandering through the desert.
Yeah,
we're just kind of happening on them, and so they start to arrive. Topo jumps off his horse and just starts walking up on.
Sees a crow pecking at a rabbit.
Yeah.
I think he shoots the crow, doesn't he? Or does Mara do it?
That was later.
And he sees another rabbit that's alive. It's like tethered down. So he grabs it, and then he stumbles upon a bunny ranch. No, not the one in Las Vegas where you can pay to have sex with women. A real live bunny ranch.
So he finds a tiny little like ankle-high gate, wooden staked gate.
Yeah, the rabbits. You don't need a big fucking enclosure.
Giant like hockey arena size fucking arena here, little bunny gate here, and so he tosses his gun in and walks in. And I think I got this wrong in my notes, because he walks in with his hands up, like I'm here as an innocent, I'm not here to fuck around, and the guy that we're about to meet here pulls his gun down, and I think it was supposed to be Topo saying, "I don't distrust you." Did you understand this?
No.
Because I think I missed this.
The scene's kind of hazy for me.
Yeah, I think what happens is, because I thought Topo was saying, "I don't distrust you," but it doesn't make sense because he doesn't have a gun. The bunny ranch man, he pulled his gun out, and Topo said, "You don't need to pull your gun. I don't distrust you." So then we sit down under his little hut, and we're going to have a conversation.
About music. And he's like, Let's jam.
Yeah, don't tell me. Use your music to tell me.
So Topo's got that little flute, starts rocking it. Fucking bunny pulls out, I don't know what that instrument is. It's kind of like a sitar, but it's tiny. And they're rocking out. They're jamming. They're playing their favorite Dave Matthews songs. And Topo, I think Bunny.
He just explains. He's like, "You're here. You no longer fear death. You don't know what you want of this life anymore. You're searching. You're a lost soul. You're harmless. You need to know." And he just puts his instrument down. He's like, "So, what are we going to talk about?" He went full Cody Rhodes. What are we going to talk about?
He pulls out his gun.
Because he calls him out for all of his tricks. Because he's played
Yeah.
2 tricks now.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he calls him out on his tricks. And he's like, "You don't want to fucking do this anymore."
Right. And he pulls out his gun. Bunny Man does. And as they're walking, the rabbits are dying in the presence of El Topo.
Yeah. And he's explaining, he's like, "Yeah, here's the thing. You're pretty much death incarnate. Like, since you've been 7 yards away from my bunny ranch, they've just been dying. And now that you're here, they're all going to be dead." And then we get a shot of a bunny actually, like, dying.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that. I was like, how did... That can't just be a bunny dying. That'd be a weird fucking thing.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't like this. Anyways.
But they're admiring each other's guns, and Bunny Man's like, "This gun here is the perfect weapon.
I built it by hand.
1 bullet is all you need."
That's all I need.
And they shoot at some birds. Topo hits he shoots the head off the
Because they're
bird.
picking at the rabbit corpses.
Oh yeah.
And so they each take a shot at it was like a crow or a raven or whatever. And so Bunnyman hits his in the heart and Topo hits his in the head. And so Bunnyman goes and picks up both the bird corpses and is just waving them around and like, "You hit yours in the head. I hit mine in the heart. You've got it backwards." And he's like flipping the birds.
Not really flipping it. Literally flipping the bird.
Literally flipping his birds in his hands between the heart and the head.
What do you think that means? The heart and the head. Topo overthinks everything.
He's over emotional or he's over critical.
I
Like, I don't know.
I think it's the opposite, Griff. I think he's not emotional at all.
Not
And this is
emotional
all
at all.
about, because that's the dilemma of the fake tough guy. I can't have feelings.
Yeah.
And he's like, you need to have feelings.
He's not going with what his heart tells him right. He's going with what society tells him is right. And this is what a tough guy is.
Time for your duel. They walk through. There's a pool in the middle of the ranch. They're both on each side of it, and they're ready to kill.
So this is where we actually get to see like a true quote unquote Western draw. But as we see, Topo flinches for his gun, and Bunnyman already has him beat and shot. Right in the heart.
Right in the heart.
And
Shot
you're
through
to
the heart.
blame.
To blame. You give love a bad name.
And Topo, based on what we've seen with Mara and Hio.
I hope we don't get pulled off YouTube for saying that.
And Io, terrible lover. Not in that way. Just he can't show love to people.
Right. I think that's what Bunnyman is trying to tell him, is that it's to show love is true. To be vulnerable emotionally is true toughness, instead of being the "I'm tough, I don't feel anything."
All the gunmen that we meet are incredibly vulnerable and open. So, yeah, I believe that is the big message here.
But Topo gets up. He got shot in the heart, Griff.
Yeah. And he just starts laughing. And he gets his gun out, and he's aiming for the head, and then he realizes, "You taught me." And it's like, wait, did you learn the lesson at all?
I don't know. I think he was mocking him by shooting him in the heart.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say here. Because he has him dead to rights. Bunnyman sold
he only had 1 bullet. He said, "I'm the perfect shot. I only need 1 shot."
And these are people who have accepted life. They've accepted death. God, if only you guys were a fly on the wall when me and Murray were talking about death for 45 minutes before we started recording. He's already accepted. He is not afraid of this, this being, this life, all that. So he's just there. He's just accepting it. Gets the gun to his head, and he's like, whatever. Gets the gun to his heart, whatever. Gets shot, falls into his little circular pool in the middle of his bunny pit, and just the red orangey dye just spreads throughout.
And then we see Topo go into his shirt, and he pulls out that copper ashtray he took from the second gunmaster. That blocked the bullet that was over his heart.
Too much perfection is a mistake.
So do you think that means he's finally learning lessons?
Maybe.
Or is he giving the third grandmaster a lesson of his own?
Because this was like the least devious of tricks. Because all he did, like, he didn't have to really fuck with the Bunny Man. He just knew what the Bunny Man's calling card was. Yeah. And armed himself. He didn't like
Echo in the Bunny Man.
He didn't. Yeah, there we go. He didn't exactly drop him into a sand pit. He didn't fucking make his mom fucking step on glass. Like, he just had like a little thing tucked, and he had an ace up his sleeve. That's it. Like, it was completely legit.
Is his saying that meaning? It's. I say he's learning because that is true. Too much perfection is a mistake. You're never going to attain perfection.
Yeah.
Like, you need to accept.
So it's
something.
almost like we're saying, like, even this fucking figure who's got it kind of figured out was a little too high on his own supply.
Could be.
Because I feel
that
like
was his undoing.
That was his undoing. And again, Topo was not the most devious he's been. Like, he was kind of playing it by the book. Like, he didn't overtly fuck up
I
the
think he's
battlefield.
learning because he finally starts showing respect to these guys. Because he does bury Bunny Man.
Well, no, he showed respect even to Blind Man and Master Blaster.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Because, like, the whole time he's been, like, offing these people, he's been, like,
I think what they're trying to say is Mara is hopeless. But there is something. He can attain enlightenment.
Right.
He's just fighting against it.
Right. He is lost trying to figure it out. Mara, on the other hand, is chaotic evil.
Yeah.
That is where I see this. Because he is feeling every fucking step of the way. She is just like, I've almost got power.
Right. That's all she cares about.
It's all she cares about. He's doing it. But he is not feeling like I've done something. He is just like, I might be closer to an answer, which, as we know, when you search for answers, you just end up with more questions.
So he's got to bury the Bunny Man, and usually when you do a cairn over something, like the ground is too hard to dig, so you pile rocks onto somebody.
Yep.
He does the next best thing. He piles bunnies on top.
He was the Bunny Man after all. So he goes back tomorrow after, burying quotes, him and bunnies. He goes back tomorrow. He's just covered in blood. And she is just like, feel me up. And he's just slathering her tits with blood. And she's loving it. She's like, let me get some of that dick right now. And he's just like, I'm not into this. Doesn't he run off or something?
Yeah, I think he's finally starting to get it. Like, killing isn't the way. And so
she starts yelling at him because she's like, no, you can't.
What are you,
run.
a bitch?
I've helped you ascend to this level. You need me. You can't run without me. Because he tries to get on the horse and fucking take off. And there again.
Fopo and Mara and him are like in the desert, and Fopo pulls out.
So they do an abrupt cut, everybody. Yeah. So it's like he's running away from her. It's trying to say more than it's trying to like connect the narrative. So we just cut to the three of them with three pieces of fruit.
Right. What kind of fruit was it?
It's some kind of cactus thing.
Fopo cuts it open. This is supposed to be a pussy, basically.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of the In Excess video, the one thing where a girl has, and it was supposed to be a pussy too. So I think it was she ate a passion fruit. I think it was.
Okay.
What's the one that has a ton of seeds in it? Is that a passion fruit?
I couldn't tell
she opens it up and it's like, that's what we could get away with in 1980. But the same thing. She's like going down on this, like showing her fucking oral skills to Mara.
She does like a slit so she can penetrate it with her finger,
right.
And then she opens it up a little further and starts licking at it, and then hands it over to Mara and then gives her like the fucking finger flick that we've seen so long ago in the early days of Golan-Globus theater, second episode. And Mara's just like, you fucking slut. She cannot stand this bitch. Because she can't have another woman near Topo, distracting him. She's got to ride this man to the top.
Right. And
so Mara stands up, ready to fight. You weren't ready, so I'm taking over again.
Yeah.
And Phobo just takes her, like, throws an arm over her shoulder, pulls her in, puts a dagger in her hand. And Mara is just like, she was just like, what the fuck? You just gave me a weapon? What am I supposed to do with this?
maybe what Fopo's trying to tell her is, you don't have to live through a man. Like, be your own badass. By handing her the dagger.
I mean, it could be, she could be trying to level out the scales of femininity here to just be like, you can be your own fucking badass woman. Like, look at me. What's my name? You don't fucking know. Where did I come from? You don't fucking know. Like, I'm living in this fucking man's world as a fucking woman, living it like I want to. I'm not succumbing to some colonel. I'm not fucking licking boots. I'm not putting boots on. I'm not fucking taking dick at all unless I want it. She's doing whatever she wants. Maybe that is the message of Fopo. I think you might be right about that.
All right. The last gunfighter.
They make out, by the way.
Yeah, they do.
Fopo pulls Mara's hair back and just puts her tongue down Mara's mouth. So she's even just like, you're my sex object.
Right.
That was the point I wanted to get across there.
Last gunfighter. He's an old man wearing a diaper. And he's like just under like an awning out in the desert. And Topo's like, all right, let's do this.
What are you doing, gunfighter? I don't even have a gun. Oh, wait. And he digs underneath him, and he produces a rusted out fucking revolver. And he's like, what do you want with me?
I traded my gun for a butterfly net.
Even though he has the gun still. So I guess he just got a net. You know, he's the crafty tradesman.
So, yes. So basically what I read it as is he's reached total enlightenment that he doesn't need a weapon anymore. Like we were just saying earlier, because he challenges him to a fist fight. We were saying it. Mano a mano. You don't need to kill somebody.
Like, this is making it even more potent for me, because I didn't even think about this aspect. I didn't think about the Eastern Market whole fucking thing in perspective here. This is an old fucking man, malnourished, and then you got Topo, who's like, I mean, Jodorowsky technically at this time was like 41. I looked it up. But still, he is like doing well. He's looking healthy, and then you just got this old fucking man with fucking rat skulls tied into his tethered little, like not tethered.
He had
but
rat
just like
skulls? Was he doing a full Rip Torn from Beastmaster?
He was doing a Rip Torn. He's just fucking completely emaciated. He's just not a man anymore. And he's like, I'll challenge you to fisticuffs. This is it. He's like, I don't need to prove myself anymore. Like, I'll fight you. And fisticuffs will solve this. Like,
and Topo goes, he takes the bait, throws a punch, and he just matrixes it. Just starts evading. He's rope-a-doping fucking Topo.
Right, because Topo, he's not like, I can just win this by consistency. He's like, I need to fucking pummel this man.
And he can't.
He can't even touch him.
And he gets frustrated, and he grabs his gun, and he shoots at him. But the last gunfighter has his net, and he catches the bullet in his net and throws it back at El Topo.
Next one you aim at me will reflect into your heart, gunfighter. What would you like?
I cannot lose, for I have nothing. He's given. That's a very like Buddhist kind of way of looking at the world.
Yeah.
I give up all your worldly possessions. If I don't have anything, you can't take anything from me.
Exactly. And that's where this conversation is going, because Topo just collapses. He's like, well, if I don't beat you, what do I gain? What? And he's like, you just need to understand, gunfighter. I've got nothing left. Well, I could have taken your life. My life means nothing to me. If you took my life, nothing matters. Nothing changes. And he takes the gun from Topo, and shoots himself in the fucking in the
The
hip,
Christ spot.
the
yeah.
Christ spot, and he looks at Topo and goes, "You just lost."
Right. And that crushes him because he's like, I needed this last. It's like Pokemon. I needed them all, collect them all.
Well, he's gone through 3 gunmen.
Right.
And he has not felt any better about his situation, his life, Mara, anything.
Well, he felt like if he killed him, he killed all 4, he'd be a man. He would be the ultimate gunfighter.
Right.
And now that's been taken away from him because the last one killed himself. So he's like,
He killed himself. He has got no answers along the way, and he's getting no answers now.
but he's like, basically, I failed. Like,
Yeah.
this was gonna make me.
Right.
This was gonna be it. I was gonna get the girl. She's gonna love me. Now what?
Yeah, this is... I got this position in this office, and everything's going to change for me, but nothing changes. You just have a new
So he
title.
basically has an existential crisis. He runs back to the bunny ranch. It's on. Everything's on. The car he made of bunnies is on fire.
It's on fire. Another fucking amazing shot, by the way. It's so cool. He continues to run and rewind here. So he
Right.
goes from Bunnyman to mother and son, who are under like a pile of the geometrical figures, and he's just fucking. By the way, the people who had to put that together, because there's so many of them in those shots, that had to take up so much time. I wonder if Jodorowsky's son had to fucking do that.
Yeah, 'cause he's not in the movie anymore. So yeah.
But he's just bashing through them. They're buried under a mound of them, which how that happened, it was just how they were.
Maybe he did it.
Maybe he did
He
it.
didn't see it.
And then we're going, of course, back to Blind Man. And we see that because Mara has said at one point during the journey, we've been traveling for, I don't know, days, months, years. Because now the Blind Man, he's still in flesh. But Master Blaster, did you notice, was skeleton.
No. I didn't
And
know.
did you notice that they are also on? Well, apparently you didn't. They are under the branch that he used to turn the water from bitter water to sweet water.
Speaking of sweetness, the blind man's covered in honeycombs. And Topo grabs them and they're smashing him on his face.
And my God, if you've ever had a beard, you know how horrible it is to get anything in it.
yeah. Well, I
Smashing
don't have one.
honeycomb into it. Honey does not come out, by the way.
That explains what happens later on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he runs up to the silo the blind man lived in. We see that sheep that had been on the top is now crucified, skinned and crucified against the tower.
Yeah.
He destroys the tower.
He's in the tower.
Kool-Aid Man's the fucking tower.
He's slamming against the walls because, again, he has achieved his goal and he's more lost.
he hasn't achieved his goal at all. It's been stolen from him because the last gunfighter took it from him.
I didn't see it that way.
I do.
You can. I saw it as just he achieved the goal he was set out to, which he'd even set for himself. Mara put it into his head, you need to go kill these 4 gunmen. And he went along with it. And he has now completed those 4 goals. And he is no closer to understanding any single fucking semblance of a thing about himself. And so he's
I disagree. I don't think finding himself had nothing to do with this. It was all about getting her love, being the ultimate tough guy.
Well, what happens
And-
when he returns to her? Do you even remember that part?
No.
Because he does return to her, and she's just like, you did it. You're the fucking best now. This is amazing. And he just continues about his way. He doesn't stop to think about, oh, yeah, let's bask in this glory. We're together now. He moved right on to his crisis.
I look at it as she finds out he failed the last test, and she's done with him, and she moves on to Fopo.
Yeah.
Because that's what she does. She did it with the Colonel. He has, quote unquote, failed her.
Yeah.
And now it's like, who's next?
See, you're thinking a little further ahead, where we get more of them interacting, because he breaks down. He doesn't even bask in a moment of like, now I have won her love. he jumped straight from blind man fight.
Well, I mean, we're gonna have to disagree. I think he thinks he's failed. I think you think he thinks he's won and he hasn't gotten anything with that win. I think he thinks he got cheated out of winning by that guy killing himself.
Yeah, you think
We're just gonna have to disagree on that. That's what I believe.
Oh yeah, no, of course, but no, I don't think he feels like he failed or won. I think he realized this was completely fucking fruitless. He had no idea what he was doing. He just went along with things. So that's where I stand on this. He was lost. He just kept going because this was just in front of him.
Like I said, to me, the theme of the movie is the dilemma of the fake tough guy. He thought, I'm finally going to be the tough guy. I'm not the tough guy. He's finally realizing that. It's sinking in. I'm never going to be the tough guy until he becomes the tough guy. But we're getting ahead of ourselves.
So we might even have to divide this into like a fucking, because we
Yes,
might
we have half a movie to go.
we might have to divide this.
I don't know. I think the second half goes pretty fast. I mean, there is some social commentary.
Yeah.
But
Really,
I don't know.
It is a front-loaded movie. And I
Yeah.
feel like he shot this in 2 different segments. Like, I want to make sure this 90 minutes is right, and then we're going to finish it with. Yeah. So, Topo, after he's done, we talked about it. He goes into this tower. You got the exterior shot of the fucking lamb or goat or what was it?
A sheep.
Spread out. He breaks down the walls as the wall, like after the walls have crumbled. He's like releasing birds into the air, and then
basically he's despondent.
Yeah, and then we cut over to like this new. It almost looked like a Hollywood backlot with this long wooden bridge in the background.
It was the Indiana Jones bridge. It was
there. We
long,
go.
And he's walking across it, and he doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a shit if he lives or dies at this point.
He smashes his gun.
Yeah.
He's done with all this masco bullshit. Macho bullshit is what I meant to say. Masculinity.
Or macha.
Macho. There we go.
So, yeah, he's just like, it brought me nothing. I thought I was going to be the ultimate badass. I guess I'm coming around to you. But, yeah, he's just like, he walks out. He's ready to kill himself.
Yeah, Mara's congratulating him on winning and everything, and he's just despondent. Like, he is not relating to her at all. He's like, I thought all I wanted.
He's on the way to enlightenment.
Yeah.
She's back where he used to be.
Yeah.
Because she will never learn.
Yeah. He's at the end of the spiral. She's still fucking following on that fucking smog spiral trail. And he's just walking down that wooden bridge because he's just like, I don't need this anymore. He's all tattered. His sweet El Topo outfit. Doesn't even have the gloves anymore.
No.
He's all tattered up and everything. Walking down that wooden bridge. Climbs up on it. And he's getting ready to jump, and he's just, God, why have you fucking forsaken me?
Which is what Jesus said on the cross.
Of course. And, about what we're about to get into.
So he's ready to end it all. And then Fopo shows up. And she's ready to make her move. She's going to take Mara from him. She's going to be the ultimate tough girl.
Yeah. Because what was, like, I didn't even think about this until the second watch through. It's like, yeah, she was just like, yeah, I'll let you become the big fish, and then I'll fucking take you out.
And so she shoots him in the hand, and then the other hand.
And what is he doing? Arms out, Jesus style. Everything he's learned from these people, just let the bullets pass through you. What is life? What is death?
And then she shoots his feet. It's stigmata. She's shooting him in all the places, the wounds of Christ. And then the final shot, the Christ killer, right in the fucking ribs.
Who delivers it, though? Because he posts himself up, and there we are standing with Fopo and Mara, and we go back to the opening scene with the guy begging for death.
Right.
And Mara is there with Fopo, and Fopo is El Topo.
Right.
And she looks over to Mara and goes, do it.
No, she says it's either him or me.
It's either him or me.
Gives him a choice.
Yep.
And like we said, Mara never learns. She's stuck in her fucking vicious circle. Mm-hmm. So she chooses the badass, the new badass, Fopo.
She wants to chase because she was like ready to cling on to Topo, and he was just like, I'm fucking lost. This journey was supposed to be the conclusion. I'm in a new spiral now. I don't know what the fuck's going on. So she wants to go to somebody who's confident. And what does Fopo just exude? confident and cool.
It is.
Like El Topo at the beginning of the movie.
And she shoots Topo with the Christ killer. And they ride off. All right.
Second half of the movie.
This is, I think, years later. 7 years, I think, later.
We see some lepers pull up, cart. You know, they got like a whole fucking.
I got a little ahead of myself. Yes.
Yeah.
A group of like the unwashed masses. And they grab Topo and drag him away. As he pleads for God to teach me. I'm ready. He's ready to learn now.
Yep.
Cut to a cave. You see a little midget taking care of. Well, she is. We see. And sorry, she's not given a name. So if I say midget every once in a while, she has no name.
It's not much better at my version of the notes where I just called her girl with the capital G.
He is sitting, crisscross applesauce. His hair.
They turned him into a religious figure.
Is his hair blonde or is it white? Like it got white from this like the shock of all he's been through.
Oh, I didn't really think about why it was white, but I said it was white. I thought white.
Okay, I believe white.
Again,
white too.
Black and white.
His beard is white. His hair is white. It's fucking frizzed out.
His clothes.
He needs some conditioner, big time.
He's just got like a fucking one piece on right now.
He's basically in a meditative state.
Yeah, crisscross applesauce.
And so he's been there for years.
Yeah.
And she comes up to him,
puts makeup on him. Think about our banditos and their monks.
No, think about this.
Oh.
He's basically washed himself away of toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
He has no problem with her putting makeup on.
That's true. He's not offended by it.
Right.
Just like our monks weren't offended earlier. I think you called them monks earlier. Yeah. They were getting makeup put on them. They were getting fucking beat in the ass by cacti, and they were not offended by it. They did not react to it.
And like you said, because they took a vow of pacifism. So he's finally reached enlightenment. It's taken years of meditative thought. Like you said, he's an idol to this woman and these people who live in this cave. So she worships him.
Right. She takes him down, and he's like, "You must have kept me here for years. It must have been a hard."
Well, she kisses, much like Sleeping Beauty. She kisses him awake.
It wakes him up, yeah. And it must have been so hard for you to bring me here and keep me here and all this. And they're like, "Yeah, you've been here for so long." And she takes him down to like where the community is, and she's like, "Yeah, the only way out is that whole way up there," which turns into a tunnel that is actually like level with the ground. You don't crawl out of it; you crawl.
We see children sleeping in barrels.
Yes, all kinds of weird leper shit happening in here.
And if you're just stuck in a cave, the only people you got to fuck are other trogs.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the birth of the trogs from Bone Hot Tomahawk.
That might be. Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
All of our movies are always connected, so it makes sense.
She tells him outside there is a town of normal people. They forced us in here. This is our prison. And we had no choice. We're all fucked up because we got to fuck each other.
Right. If you really want the fucking whole lesson, there's an old woman who wants to see you in a, 60s knit fucking smock here. Macrame.
And so, as you do when you meet an old lady, you share a meal with them.
Bugs.
Scarabs.
Yep.
I was waiting for Ginty to show up.
Yep, I was too.
Did not show up.
Or at least fucking Rip Torn. Ah!
And then we get a scene. It's a rebirth scene.
They suck on some ass. They have a trip.
Yeah.
Bug ass.
Bug ass. Yeah.
Bug ass.
No
grape jelly here.
No ass. No salads were tossed.
Yeah. No vinaigrette.
So, some animals were hurt, but no salads were tossed.
Well, these bugs were dead.
Yes. And this is where he's finally reborn as the new Topo.
Right.
And he's rejected all of the violence. He's reached enlightenment.
They show him a reflection of himself, and he goes, "This is not me," because he was Jason Mantzoukas before. And he's like, "I'm not Jason Mantzoukas."
Right.
So now we have a scene, overhead shot. He is on his knees, leaning backwards, and great. He's got very lumbar spine because he's bent full backwards. And he's got a girl, midget, as you call her.
As I call her. Yes.
Yeah. And Well, you love that word,
Yeah.
so it just flows off your tongue. Like, I've never seen you so at ease. Like, that is your holy
You're
mountain.
really comfortable using that word, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I
I
am.
do really like.
am.
I grew up with the word retarded. It just, I've never meant it to be a slight on like a disabled person or anything. It's safe for the pure evil of the world, like Donald Trump. Like that's,
Little people's just too many.
JD Vance,
You know what?
retarded.
Come up with a word that has less syllables than little people. And then I'll say, midget is 2 syllables. You come up with a 2-syllable word for what you are, I'll use that.
Yeah.
Little I want to speak less,
What
not
if it
more.
was-
I know you're shocked listening to this episode that I want to speak less than more because we've been talking for 2 fucking hours.
Yeah, over.
Yeah.
Close to 3. What if you ended up being like a fucking Australian? Because I know you love their wishy-washy language.
Yeah,
what
their
if,
slang I don't like.
What if the next appropriate word for little person was like blippy?
I call them blippies. Yeah.
You would call them blips. You'd be
Sure.
like, "Oh, these little blips."
Sure, sounds fun.
Okay. I think that's a children show host, Blippy.
Okay.
But anyways, he is this is not my face, getting his whole hair trimmed, which by the way, if you've ever had to trim a beard and everything, this is a fucking arduous process. It's awful. Because you got to cut it back, then shave it down, then shave it down, then shave it down. It's horrible.
That's why I don't have those hillbilly beards.
Yeah.
So, yes, he is shorn of all his hair, even his eyebrows. He has been reborn as the new Topo, the Nopo, if you will.
Nopo, I like this. That's the Nopo touch.
And so he's ready to help these people. He's ready to contribute to the world. Instead of taking life, he's going to give life. And he's like, I'm going to get you guys out of here. Just because you're fucking deformed incest babies doesn't mean you shouldn't be treated like regular people.
And we get a little bit, a girl tells us a little bit, like, yeah, there's this town outside, but they keep us here in this cave, this hole. We're trapped here. They will not allow us. And he's like, no, I'm going to go. I'm going to escape with you. We're going to go to this town, and we're going to fucking, like, make this shit cool. We're going to earn a lot of money. We're going to tunnel everybody out, and we're going to connect the 2 worlds because freaks need to live with freaks. I mean, we're normal people.
Yeah.
That's what the town is supposed to be.
Well, what we learn
normal
is,
people.
yeah, the normies are the true freaks.
Exactly.
This is where we get in some really well-trodden. Like, this is why I was kind of bored with this segment of the movie, because 54 years later, it's like, I get it. The conservatives are the true freaks. They're hypocrites, But I understand in 1970, this was kind of innovative.
It was it was a good thing to hold a mirror to society and this kind of, like, cowboys are actually kind of fucking. Yeah, no. I agree. It is hard to watch a movie like this, but at the same time, I like the artistic flair he adds to it.
So him and the Blippy escape. You like it? I'm using your word.
I appreciate it. It's better than you just throwing out the hard M.
The hard M. I swear that was fucking a medical term at one time, and now all of a sudden it's like the worst fucking slur you could ever imagine.
It's funny to go back and listen to like true art, like medical tape, and it's just like, yeah, there's midget over here. So yeah, go on, please.
So him and Blippy head out. They escape the cave and they go down to the town. And this is where we get to see this town of real Americans, real people, normal people. What do? Well, they have human rodeos.
That's right.
And notice all the people they were chasing were of a particular color.
That's right.
Shade of
others, you could say.
Yeah.
Yep. POC.
Haitians, if you will.
Yeah.
I don't know. And they're like, literally, it's a human rodeo. They're fucking doing like the hog tying them and shit.
We're seeing a whole lot of fascistic looking symbolism.
Yeah.
It's
a false idol, basically.
It's a false idol.
It's the Masonic symbol.
Yeah.
The eye in the pyramid.
The Illuminati.
Yeah.
The whole pyramid with an eye. Well, triangle with an eye in it. Pyramids are 3-dimensional triangles.
Which are,
right?
of course, on our money, even though we're a Christian country.
That's right.
And they're treating these people like literally cattle. They're branding them with that symbol.
Right. And what's their audience? Rich old women.
Right. The Karens of the world.
The Karens. I thought they were like. I was like, again, this is why the second watch there was really interesting for me, because it's like we see 2 young women throughout this movie.
Yeah.
Mara and Fopo.
And Blippi.
Oh yeah, Blip. I'm so sorry, Blippy. Oh, I
She
gotta
doesn't
say,
even exist in
I
Griff's
got
world.
yeah. You see, who's the real monster here?
We all know
Murray's
that.
been just fucking trying to preach this for the longest time. Griff's the real monster, everybody. I forgot to recognize. He calls
Like I
a
said,
midget.
2.5 women.
Yeah, I just don't even recognize her at
Yeah.
all as a human existing in my world.
So while the cats are away, the mice will play. The men are sneaking whores into their little saloon because they're hypocrites, you know. They're the guys, if you have a child out of wedlock, you're a whore. And meanwhile, they're fucking doing this shit.
We talked, Murray, I don't know if we meant to do this. What does it go back to? 19 days ago when we started this episode, when we were talking about Mark Robinson and his projection.
Yeah.
You guys are all fucking monsters, Frankensteins. You need to be fucking buried and burned alive.
But I
Here
can
we-
watch a chick with a dick.
I don't just want to look at a chick with a dick. I want to watch her fuck. I want to suck her dick.
Hitler had some good points.
Hitler had good point. Like, what the fuck are we doing? So these guys, they're like,
It's always that way, though. It's like never ends. It's always the people that put themselves up on the pedestal, the moral, majority, whatever. They're the biggest fucking freaks
the
at all.
thing I keep hearing is Republicans can never live amongst Republicans, whereas liberals could always live amongst liberals. Because Republicans need something to be angry about, and liberals are just like,
Well, the more you make something forbidden, the more you want it.
yeah.
If
yeah.
you just make it normal, it's normal.
Which is one of the lessons that my gay friend told me. He would just like talk about his sexual adventures, and I was just like, I don't even talk about that usually with female and male friends. I was like, why are you telling me all this shit? He's just like, oh, I just try to normalize it. I'm like, oh, I don't have anything to really say about this. And he's like, yeah, I know, because you're not gay and you don't have gay sex, but I'm gonna tell you about it. It's like, okay.
So we're living in Hypocrite Town, Hypocriteville, population 53. Their fun is interrupted when some peasants are rounded up in the town center. Or are these just the slaves, right? Are these?
I didn't know what to call them. They were slaves.
Yeah.
At first, I was like, are they peasants? Are they slaves? They're all being rounded up. This is where they jump on. It's like a bull rush is the kind of feel you got. Because you have the townsfolk on either side. You have the people with the fucking whips and everything, the blind trusteers behind them. And the slaves go running out because there was 4 or 5 of them. And they take refuge.
Maybe they escaped or something.
No. It was
Okay.
completely
Okay.
like a bull rush. They were the bulls, and they had the fucking.
Oh, it was like the Pamplona, the running of the bulls?
It was kind of like that, but it was backwards.
Okay.
Where the bulls were actually the blind trusteers. And when I say that, I mean this. Like, they are supposed to be like deputized people, but they had orange hankies across their eyes. Did you notice that?
I vaguely remember that.
Yes, they all had orange bandanas covering their eyes, and these were like the muscle, aside from the marshal and his little fucking.
Who I thought at
friend.
first were women in drag because he had
So
such
did I.
baby faces,
They-
but then you see them shirtless and they're guys.
Yeah, I thought the
Yeah.
same thing, but I also thought of Mad Max later when the guy had the bandolier, but he had like 18 guns in the bandolier. I was like, that is such a Mad Max little effect. I loved it. But anyways, they find it's one of the carts that the horse and buggy would be carrying or whatever, and all the slaves take refuge on there, and Marshall and his little assistant come by.
His chicory?
This is Chicory, yeah.
His chicory.
His Chicory. So you got a guy with like a fake looking beard. You're right. They look like women or men in drag, and they shush him off the fucking little carriage and make him lay down. And this is the big thing in the movie, just shooting people in the back.
Yeah.
And
And the townspeople love it.
they just
So much they have a parade. So Topo's like, fuck, we got to make some money. How are we going to do that? Street performing.
Right. He had been saying this. I'm going to go downtown. I'm going to make so much fucking money, and I'm going to do it any way possible. I'll shit in my own mouth. I'm gonna be the original YouTube star. I'll do anything.
Right? No, it's not. It's not that. It's not
No,
that. It's,
no,
what
no,
it is
I did a horrible job.
He's finally humbled himself.
Yeah.
And he's like, nothing shames me.
If
I will do whatever it takes, even if it makes me look like a piece of shit, to help these people.
I did a terrible job because when we think about a YouTube star, we think about it in a narcissistic way.
Yeah.
Not a.
You think about it like our YouTube. Where we do it for the people.
Yeah. He's willing to humiliate himself, but he's doing it for the most humble reason. He's like trying to, actually link these.
He's just trying to get these fucking people out of a cave.
Yeah, these two groups together. He's trying to help people coexist.
And so they come up with a great act. They do the kissing gag because she's a blippy, so she just she goes to kiss him and she's fucking crotch high.
Again, I talked about ladders playing a big role in this movie. He's got a little ladder that he brings with him, a little 4-foot ladder, and it's not an A-fold like we're used to. It is just something you lean against something to step up. And so their gag includes him revealing his heart shorts.
Right.
He likes to do that. The kids love it.
Yeah.
They were running around for a while there, and just the face Jodorowsky was making here. Ah! He was so into this. Like, he was so great as a badass El Topo, fake tough guy, and he's so great as the fool. Like, he did such a fucking good job.
And the people are eating it up, Griff. They love it.
Hugging over Blippy, and then finally he realizes, let me put the ladder against me, and then they can hug, and then they can kiss. But then everyone's like, that's a Blippy. The fuck are you doing? Normies don't fuck Blippies. This is disgusting. And they throw, because we love a train wreck. This is what Cronenberg's always trying to throw in our face. We love a train wreck. And this is what these people see it as.
But they still give him the money. It's a huge hit.
Oh, yeah. And then we cut to, because we got to see how grotesque this town is.
Yes.
And this is where we get into
something that John Waters is saying.
This is a John Waters meets P. Diddy scene.
Oh, my God. By the way.
No affiliation. We saw the background shots of his lube room.
Yeah, the 1,000... No peck jelly was ever used in a freak-off, ever.
No, and we're not even associated with it.
It could be. It's actually probably the best lubricant because... peck jelly, much like WD-40, has many uses.
Yes.
But
as we know, no peck jelly on site, and
they didn't know Caligula, let alone peck jelly.
Yeah. P. Diddy is one of these faux motherfuckers. He doesn't recognize the OG. He's one of these McDonald's motherfuckers who just buys over-the-counter bullshit. He doesn't go to the artisanal peck jellies. Caligula is not artisanal. It's a fact. It is a fact. It works.
It's a fat and a fact.
It's a fact. That's the only thing I keep next to my drawer in case there's those kind of activities happening, Murray.
Yeah. You never know when a fisting might break out.
You never know when a good fisting might break out. Yeah. Always consent, people. Yes. Always.
So we're at the beauty parlor of the rich old ladies. It's Golden Girls, basically. We get.
Oh yeah.
One of the women has a man's voice for some reason.
Oh, yeah, a lot of them had kind of manlier voices. And again, I don't mean to bring P. Diddy up, but they got a little black slave man with a beard being completely emasculated. And as we know,
he's their servant.
This is what P. Diddy was all about. Embarrassing, just making a mockery of these men. Right. So it's a P. Diddy sex scene.
Jodorowsky was ahead of his time. This is a lot of, basically... I would say what's the word I'm looking for? It's basically life under Jim Crow for black people.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Or slavery for that matter. But it's like the women fetishize this guy.
Yes.
But at the same time, they want to fuck him, but I can't. He's a slave. I wouldn't fuck him. So they have to contrive these ways to get him to do things to them.
Exactly. And they got to do it by being like, I need cream on me. And you notice they didn't use cream. They used grape jelly. So we're getting into some fucking tossed salad territory. Fucking Frasier, calm down over here. Scrambled eggs, motherfucker. But
And this guy's terrified too, because he can be killed at any minute. And this is like the life of being a black man during the fucking Jim Crow era, where this has happened, where white woman will just say he raped me. And I mean, you think about that, dude. That shit happened.
Yes.
Where like, can you imagine being that person? Like, I want to get this person killed.
Right. This is.
Because I have the power to do it, and I'm going to do it. How sick of a fucking person you would be.
This is what is so utterly fucking frustrating about today. Because I just listened. I was telling you about that Matt Walsh motherfucker. Because when you came over, and we were like, we can't go see fucking Castle Rat.
We'll get into that next
Yeah.
week.
Well, maybe, do you want to see this awful fucking conservative movie? That guy. Yeah. He's out there just being like, racism doesn't exist. What are you fucking talking about? And they don't identify this type of thing as racism. This is complete fucking racism. Like, the only way some people see racism is like, no, it's only when you strike a person of color different from yours in the face with hatred. And the only way to know that it's racism if they say this is racism at the time of the act. Like, I don't know. They want to set the bar so high. Like, I don't know.
So basically, what the women
sorry.
are doing is like, the woman drops her comb. Can you pick that up for me? It's like between her legs. And the guy literally
and by the way, this guy has been applying grape jelly to a woman's butt. The other woman was like, fucking put these, I don't even want to say it, these undies on me. Yep, go ahead. I'm on the rag this month, so go ahead and insert that for me. Like, he's doing all these things that he
Menial
is just
tasks.
gritting his teeth through because
he has no choice. He's
no choice. And so next, we're thinking, oh, he's just picking up this comb, but he's in between this woman's legs.
Right.
And she goes full fucking man spreading here. And
maybe that's why she had the manly voice.
That might be why.
Yeah, and then she's like, oh my God, he's looking between my legs.
5 women, all observing this because they all want his attention. They all want. Again, this is why interracial pornography is taboo in America. That's a category because people see a black man with a white woman.
And women get paid more to fuck a black man.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think that it's so much now. I think it's kind of getting normalized.
Thank you.
But when it was, like you said, it was a fetish. Yes. That's why, some women would do it because the idea was if you get fucked by a black man on screen, you're tainted,
right?
And then your white followers won't want to see your movies.
We've talked about it in our fucking movies. Commando, with what's her name, Day Chong or something?
Ray Don Chong.
Ray Don Chong. She could not have a romance scene with Arnold Schwarzenegger because the studio said, we can't have a person of color.
And now everybody in commercials is in an interracial relationship. We've come so far.
Thank you. Exactly. It's like dumb shit like that.
So they pounce on this guy, this poor man, and he inserts literally lion noises because he's like
feasting on him.
Yeah.
Or was it pig noises?
No,
I thought
it was lion.
It was lion.
Yeah. And they're feasting upon his flesh.
All right. So we get a cut outside now, and they are chasing him out of their little fucking
right. They
hangout.
get what they want, and then they're like, I was raped.
Rape! Oh my God! Rape! And so, of course, the town comes in, surrounds him like a Twilight Zone episode.
Interrupting a performance by Topo.
Drawing the audience away from him. Yeah.
Yeah. And
sorry.
And the guy's basically lynched. He's strung up by his feet and shot by the sheriff.
The way he did this too was fantastic. I loved it because he makes it very slow. And we've got our head marshal is the guy with the fake looking strap-on beard.
Right.
And then he's got the twinky little like dark-haired dude in like green or whatever. And so he puts an arm out. And the guy pulls his gun and puts it over. And then it's looking like the guy in the green is going to pull the trigger because he's holding the gun. But he's only holding the handle of the gun. And then the marshal puts his finger in and pull. It was such like a crisscross, like, we're all in this together kind of thing.
Very ritualistic.
It was so weird. And again, so much of this movie just fascinates.
So Topo and Blippi witness this, and she's like, fuck, do we even want to come to this town? This might be worse for us.
They're walking back to work on the tunnel, and she's just like, I don't know if this is like an actual goal we should reach for.
And so this is interesting. This leads me to believe, did Topo learn his lesson? Because now he's like, no, we're going to fucking do this.
At any cost, we're just going to fucking do that. I mean, we do learn that he's like, we need to ease into this. But, yeah, he's just like, no, we're going to fucking figure this out.
Why do they need to raise money to dig?
I have no...
Because they're not hiring anybody to dig.
Exactly. I have no clue what
they
the
did
money.
buy some dynamite,
Yes.
which tied all 4 of our movies together.
Dynamite.
Dynamite was used. It was not about westerns. It's about dynamite.
Was that about dynamite? Actually?
Dynamite. Back in town, we see that it's like fucking out of Django and Unchained. They got fucking slaves fighting each other in the streets.
That's right.
And they don't give a fuck about these guys. Topo, like, he's like, no, is that Topo? A stranger walks into town, or a monk walks into town. I thought he's the one. It says Topo here, but I think it was a stranger.
I fucked it up just because
and he sees the one guy gets knocked out, and he sees to the guy. And
no, Topo does try to like help somebody. No, I was dead on with this. Topo sees the people boxing, tries to help them. The audience who's loving it force him away. And this is where he's walking off with Blip, and he's just like, we just lost our fucking... Because they can't make their money anymore. They're interested in the blood sport.
Oh, okay. I was confused. I was thinking this was the monk who comes in.
See,
yeah.
We didn't have enough time. This is a movie that deserves 2 watchings. You only got time exhaustedly to watch this one time.
Right.
And then you got to go fucking build a whole fucking fence.
Yes.
You built the border wall on your own with your own money.
Yeah. Mexico did not pay for that.
Mexico did not pay for it. So you got to lean on me a little bit here. In my notes, I did a good job. I pat on the back here. Sorry, Grandma. And so they've lost their audience now. They're into the blood sport. They want the spectacle. They're like the news. They don't want the heartwarming story. They want the fucking blood.
Nice touch having Bolo be one of the boxers.
The fact that he sold anything, though, had me like questioning Jodorowsky. Because, of course, Bolo, 300 pounds on this guy.
So the feminine marshal goes, hey, you guys want to make some money? Come here.
We'll pay you a good fee.
And then inside, we see the sheriff taking a big dump on a fucking toilet.
Oh, my God.
And he's like, all right, clean that shit up. Because he clogged it up.
He had a nice touch here. Jodorowsky worked in a bear's growl while he was shitting. So instead of hearing flatulent noise, we just hear... So they get in there, but they're humble.
Yeah.
And
He's like, whatever it takes to free these people, I'll do it.
Right.
The old Topo would say, fuck this shit. He would have shot everybody.
Fuck this shit, literally.
All right, now a strange monk wanders into town.
Beautiful rock star hair.
And he interrupts the boxing match.
He just parts the crowd, walks in
He checks
there,
on the guy.
grabs one by the wrist, and then touches his forehead. And then touches the other guy's forehead.
And he's just like... well, one of the guys I thought was knocked out, and he was just like, how's he doing?
No. They're both standing up. They're just like completely fatigued and bloodied and everything. He touches the one, touches him on the head. He falls over.
And they're like, how's he doing? Well, he's dead.
Yeah. They're both.
Well, which died first? I got a bet. I got a parlay bet on this.
Yeah. And he goes, that guy died first. Crowd doesn't give a shit because they don't care about life.
Right.
And the guy you talked about, he's wearing fucking tail tuxedo. He's got a big top hat. Fucking goblet of whiskey. We're in Lago, basically. Like, these people don't give a shit about anything. They're just cowards.
So, and the monk is disgusted. So he goes to the church. He's seeing all these fucking false idol symbols. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
And he finds the priest there drinking.
Yeah. Like, we think he's praying. He's pouring a fucking tall glass of wine, and he's got it spiked and everything. He's got fucking... Ugh, it's all disgusting.
And he's like, hey, welcome. Stay for the congregation. We got a service coming up. So the congregation arrives.
And you're going to hear this for a while now. Because, I mean, it's very poignant. It's right to what we believe in. It's what we are to everybody. We're a miracle. And these people are praying to the miracle. And this is very true to religious figures today. I've seen so many of these Trumpists be like, I believe in God and guns. And they really take that to heart here.
Yeah, is this Jodorowsky's commenting on the American way? Because God is gone in America.
God is gone in America for like the freaks, obviously. But yeah.
And he's just, he's got a gun, the priest, and he's like, death is our bet. Let those without faith die. And he starts doing Russian roulette, basically, spinning the fucking wheel.
And the chant that, maybe this is where I put it in, 314, 315, we'll see. We get this chant that's going, I don't know it in Spanish, and I have a terrible time understanding syllables and all that. So I don't know what they're saying exactly. But it's so fucking intoxicating, and it's so it's a trance that they're all in, and they're all just loving it.
Yeah.
And so finally, this new monk who's walked in takes the gun, and
people are like putting it to their head and clicking it.
Yeah, everybody in the congregation is
and they're like
taking it.
orgasmic after it doesn't go off because God is protecting them.
Right. It's one of our false miracles that these guys love to do, our big church people. And so the monk takes it, and the head priest tells him, like, hey, it's a blank in there. Don't worry.
He
about
whispers
it.
to him.
Yeah, he whispers
like,
it to him.
Don't worry, it's a blank.
It's a blank. He takes the bullets out, or the bullet, the fake, and he goes up to a guy because everybody has.
Which, by the
guns.
way, we learned that because there was an actor who did that. He put a blank gun to his head and killed himself. You still can get killed with a blank.
No shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because something comes out, but it's not a fucking
But
bullet.
it can still fuck you.
Yeah, if you put it against your head, yeah.
Yeah. So he goes to a guy and gets a real bullet and puts it in the chamber and spins it. But everybody has been so disillusioned to this whole fucking act. They think it's just magic. They
believe it.
Yeah, they believe the faith. They're still doing the chant. Da, 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 da.
And the monk puts it to his head, pulls it.
Another person takes the gun, puts it to their head, pulls it. And it's so excited that a kid who a minute ago was barely paying attention is like, I want in on this. Takes the gun. And Jodorowsky's got it wrong here because everybody actually reacts to the kid shooting himself in the head. We don't give a shit about kids who get killed by guns anymore. I mean, most of us do, but a large portion of us are just like,
well, no, 90% do, Griff. It's just for some reason we still can't get legislation.
Oh, yeah, that's what I mean by it.
Yeah.
We somehow worked it out in a way where the minority 10% still gets their say, and that we need to have guns everywhere. So
The final act, apocalypse. The priest is bummed out because he's like, oh man, like everyone left, like
the circus is over. Literally, his words. He doesn't refer to it as a religious experience.
Yeah.
It's a circus.
Yeah, it's just fun. And so the priest walks out. I was like, here, you can take over the church. I don't give a fuck. I'm moving on to the next scam.
First thing our monk does, rips down the propaganda. We got a nice fucking, crucifix back there and everything. And outside we have Topo. He's just dancing his ass off, but no one's giving him anything. And he's like, what the fuck's going on? They're right outside the saloon. They're like, drunks should be coming out and paying us because they're fucking drunk and stupid. He's like, I don't get this. And then one of them goes, hey, come on in. Come on in.
They walk in. The Decent Women's League is in there inspecting everything.
It's all the old women
All
who
the Karens.
had the black young black man killed
Right.
because they just were having fun.
So the lead one's like, all right. And this was the voice you had. All right. You're good for the next month. We're out of here.
I can see you boys are up to nothing, dubious here, so go ahead and have your fun.
And then the men in town are like, come on, gesturing towards Topo. They open up a little trap door. They go downstairs. All those whores they were sneaking in the caskets are down there. Everyone's fucking, having a good time. They're drinking, gambling.
Right, and we get shots of like men, like there's like a guy being held captive playing the stand-up bass, and then there's like a little leper or child or something playing like a little violin or
It's
something.
straight up Epstein Island in
It's
there.
Epstein
dude.
Island.
There's
dresses,
baby oil everywhere.
Yeah, baby
Dude.
oil, people.
Yeah.
Not Caligulard.
Yeah.
Not Peck Jelly.
No.
This is again a P. Diddy fuck situation.
It's a freak off.
It's a freak off. And the dresses of all the women are just laid out, and they're just here to be objects for these fucking rich debutantes and everything. What's a debutante? Why did I just say debutante?
Yeah, it's not.
I have no idea what that word is.
It's a woman of society.
Okay. These are just rich old white fucks.
Right.
That's what we got
Doing
here.
their rich old white fuck thing.
Exactly.
And they're like, you guys want to make some money? Do your act.
Do your act. Everybody stops, and they're just watching them, and they're trying to do their act, but they don't have the ladder.
It's the kissing routine, yeah.
It's the kissing routine. And the people, they're all drunk. They're all fucking horned up. Half the people are naked. So one of the guys, because they're in control of the situation, pushes them so that Topo lands on top of Blippi. And so she's pinned down, and they're like, fuck her now in front of us. And he doesn't know what to do. He's bald. He's selling it. He's got no eyebrows and eye acting on his ass. And she's like, I don't see them. I only see you, and I love you. Let's just do this. Let's get out of here safely, and let's live our life.
Yeah, and she admits, she's like, I love you. So you're making love to me.
So I didn't even consider this. This is the first time Mara told him, you got to fight to love me. And that fight is endless. It's going to go on forever.
Yeah, right.
All he's shown is a little bit, like, they have, yeah. So he's finally hearing it for the first time. True affection.
Right, which is what the second gunmaster was talking.
Yeah.
So the back of the tunnel. And
They embarrass themselves. They fuck in front of them.
Yes. Blippi is kind of getting some PTSD over that.
Because they all laughed at her.
Right. Yeah. And
Or them.
And so she's just like, oh, I'm so ashamed. And he's like, you have nothing to be ashamed of. I love you.
Yeah.
In fact, I want to marry you.
He takes her off and carries her. And she's like, no, put me down. Give me back. I don't want to be anywhere near these people anymore. Takes her to the church and finally, like, calms her down. Is like, no, you don't understand. I love you. I want to marry you. And she's like, oh, fuck, you're for real. And he goes, hey, you, monk, we want to be married right now. Yeah. So she goes over, taps him on the shoulder. He's like, oh, yeah, of course. And then looks up to see the man. People, are you ready? Hijo.
All grown up. And he is pissed. He's ready to kill fucking Topo. But Topo calms him down.
Because he gets his shit kicked in.
Yeah.
Hio.
And he doesn't fight back.
Yeah, he clocks the fuck out of him. So Topo's bleeding from the face and everything. And Blippi, of course, is pleading, no, you don't understand. I love him. He's so kind. He's so wonderful. And so Hio does calm down. And he's like, I'll hear you out. But then we just get them, like, walking out of the place. And Hio has gone from his fucking priest robe to Topo. He's wearing the outfit now.
Including the gloves.
That's right.
And Topo explains, like, I'm a new man now. I only want to do good. I've thrown that whole fucking thing.
My whole life's work is digging this tunnel to free Blippi's people so they can...
I love also how the tunnel is, like, 7 feet long. Is that?
Yeah. It's pathetic.
It's like this they got this like cheesy entrance like made out of plastic they put against some fucking like wall.
Yeah. But anyways,
so like Ao's like, all right, I'll let you finish your tunnel, but after that, I'm gonna fucking kill your ass.
Kill it. You told me, don't stop at anything. Demand complete justice over me, so I'm doing it. So
Topo's like, I'm fine with that.
We're going through kind of like a montage here because we're going into town. He's watching his dad embarrass himself for scraps while, people throw shit and fucking tomatoes and everything at them, laughing, making the show more about them than about the actual entertainment. And he goes back and they're digging through and Io is telling him, he's like, this is going to fucking take so goddamn long. I don't have time. I'm just going to murder you right now. He's like, no, why don't you help dig? And why don't you also come down and help us make money so we can buy more dynamite and build this tunnel faster?
And Io agrees. And he joins the troop. And he added, I think, a much-needed touch to it.
He did.
Because they love him. The people are throwing more money. And so, like, Topo is like, they're back at the fucking mine. They got little pickaxes. They're hitting the wall.
Yeah, everything seems to be going well, and then we cut to, they got dynamite now, and we just have a tragic accident.
Yeah.
We just see an explosion, and then they're carrying...
Tragic. He's got some fake blood, that orange blood on his
a little
calf.
bit. And so they're tying him up, and EO is, again, in doubt. He's just like, well, now you can't fucking finish your tunnel. So I might as well just fucking put you down, because you're done. He's like, no. EO, you must understand. My body's in pain, but I don't feel the pain. Me and my body are two different
And he
things.
immediately stands up and goes right back into the tunnel. And he was like, fuck this shit. No, I'm killing you. Rips off his fucking monk
Just
garb.
rips it off, yeah. Back in
Full-on
Topo gear.
And
Topo pushes right by him. He's got his pickaxe out, starts clawing at it again, and he frees up the last few rocks.
Right.
And there it is.
And so now Eho's ready. He's like, all right.
Well,
I'm ready.
the tunnel's open.
Yeah.
So everybody starts rushing out. So they have to
Right.
fucking run out because Topo apparently had this idea of, no, we got to slowly integrate them. But they just get the bums rush.
Right.
And so they get fucking run over. EO's just like, I need to kill you, but I don't know what to do. And so he just runs off.
Right. He's like, I can't kill my master.
Yeah.
So Topo is like, yeah, he's like, we need to slowly work these people into society. We don't want to overrun them. We don't want to eat up all the gooses and ducks of this town because they'll fucking demonize us.
Right. But they... I see what you did there.
And
but they push
yeah,
right by
Well,
us.
they've been in a fucking a cave for fucking decades, fucking each other.
They're the moles.
They want some strange.
They're all the moles. They're seeing the sun. And what does the sun do? It's
And what
blinded
do
them.
good Christians do when they see people in need, Griff?
Murray. Guns. Guns.
Stand their
guns,
ground
guns.
is what they do, Griff.
They had not one racist bone in their body when they were doing this. They were just manifest destinying. They said, this is our ground and we stand it.
And they just unload on all of the lepers.
Topo had been knocked down. He was slow to get up. He just blew off a part of his shin, fibula. So he was running down there. And again, the emoting coming from him, for a man with no eyebrows, killing it.
Blippi falls down, holding her pregnant belly. The baby is coming. She's got shit to deal with. Fucking Topo disillusioned.
Yeah.
Once again.
Because he arrives to town. The townsfolk have murdered every single leper that he helped free. Every one of them is dead. And he gets there and he shrieks out. He's so fucking angry. And of course, the townspeople see that and they're like, we're terrified of you too, so we're going to shoot you. Stand our ground. So they start shooting at him. But thankfully, he took his PCP this morning because no bullets are hurting him.
Maybe he learned the blind man's trick.
He learned the blind man's
So
trick.
they're not. They're shooting the negative spaces, whatever he said. I forget what phrase he used.
Yeah, I forget too.
Yeah.
They just go right through him. They barely even bleed. So he's just walking at them, getting shot at, and finally, as he's arriving like right to them, they're fucking running in panic because the bullets aren't working.
Right. Because they're what, Griff? Fake tough guys.
Every single fucking one of them. Anybody using a gun to fucking fight their fears, fuck you. So he picks up a rifle and starts shooting at them, and he's like taking out some of the townsfolk. They all scatter. He's got quiet. He goes in and picks up, I forget what these, oil candles.
It's a lantern.
Oil lantern, there it is.
And he just calmly sits down, takes screws off the top, pours the kerosene over his fucking head, and does a Rage Against the Machine.
Self-immolates. That could have been the opening song. King Gizzard's got self-immolate, but that wouldn't really tie in as well.
As he's burning himself to death, Blippi comes into town holding that newborn baby, bigger
That's
than
right.
her.
Same time from the left side of the frame, EO walks in, and they're just standing over her late baby daddy and his master.
And maybe this is where EO learns the lesson. He stops being a fake tough guy. It's like, I need to man up and take care of, even though this isn't even my kid, I'm going to take care of this kid because he was my father's kid. He's my brother.
Yeah. I think I think this is a really interesting thing because it's like we get to learn through people faster than what we realize. So it's like, it's the thing of like, I want things to be better for my kids. Well, from what we've understand about Topo's journey to this point where we think that Io is kind of like understanding at the end of this movie, as a young man, he's getting to learn what it took his dad years and years and years and years to figure out.
Well, he also learned it because he was in the monastery, so
That might have helped him
Yeah.
too. That might have helped him too. But it's like he got to go through everything much faster because he got to learn it kind of through his dad in a way. Like, obviously not from being around him all the time, but he got to understand because he had a deep, profound understanding of his dad at the end. So we jumped to kind of the conclusion that Io kind of figures out what his dad took so much time to learn. Him and Io and Blippi ride off with the child on his horse.
right off into the sunset, much like Weird Western Month.
So, unlike that scene where Io did not get to ride the horse with him and Mara, we get the woman and the child getting to ride off together. And then we cut back over. They just made a rock burial for Topo, and we cut back to it as they're walking off, and now it's completely honeycombed.
Yeah, there's got to be some kind of biblical
I don't
kind of metaphor for
milk
that.
and honey,
Yeah, I don't
some
know.
kind of shit like that.
So there you have it, people.
9 hours.
Yeah, that's our interpretation of the movie.
You knew we both knew it was gonna be long.
Yeah,
You
we
knew
said-
it was gonna be long if you know anything about Jodorowsky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hit pause. Pick it up when you're ready to finish it. Fucking take your time with it. Well, I don't know why I'm saying this at the end. That should have been a lesson for the beginning of the movie. Like, pace yourself. Like, there's not a race.
Yeah.
There's not. Oh, man.
And now I can read my graphic novel, The Sons of El Topo.
You
that I
have it?
bought. Yeah, I have it.
Oh, you interested? Like,
Oh
are you,
yeah, now I now know what's going on. I'm assuming it's Iho and the Blippi baby.
I hope that you have good things to report on it because I know
so
that
too.
Jodorowsky started doing a lot of like graphic novels.
Yeah,
Or at least a handful.
I think because that's the only way he can fund the vision he has.
Yeah.
because he's too out there for mainstream.
Well,
movie
he's out
making.
there, and also people would probably try to nickel and dime him for locations and everything, and he likes to just go fucking shoot shit wherever he shoots shit.
Well, there you have it. Weird Western Month comes to a close, Griff.
Just like every occasion, that was a weird one.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, how can we be any less innovative? Like I've heard from people, they're like, you changed my mind of what a Western could be. You guys always innovating.
I mean, think about all the genres.
I'm gonna say right now, this was the best episode we've ever done.
Period.
Period. Yes.
I mean, we've helped the world by genrifying these westerns.
Right.
Casserole western, Soylent western, Hannibal western, and I want to
Peyote Western. I don't know. I'm just throwing
what
it out.
I want to call it Jodorowsky.
Jodorowsky.
Yes.
Perfect title.
Acid trip western.
Now, most bands, after blowing minds for 4 weeks in a row, would rest on their laurels. They would be like, I'm going to go on autopilot for the next few weeks.
We'll do the tour where we just do the repeat. We don't even actually have mics plugged in. We just hit play on the episode for a live audience. They fucking go wild like we're
Right.
recording it raw right there.
Right.
I'll do some Iggy Pop shit and like take my shirt off and
But here's the thing, Griff. I don't know if you've noticed. Well, you haven't noticed today because it's hot as fuck today.
it's hot. It's hot.
But the weather's getting chillier. The leaves are a-changing. Things are getting a little darker.
Right.
And that can only mean one thing, Griffin. Schlocktober is here. When Golan-Globus Theater becomes Golan-Globlin Theater. Now, here's the thing. Like I said, we're always innovating. And we're going to even innovate more because we are going to, what we're going to do now is, I want to put it out there, first of all. We know I'm genre fluid. I go both ways when it comes to horror and action. But we have a guy in our circle who's forgotten more about horror than me and Griffin combined. So what we're going to do, which we rarely do, I rarely let control of the show out for Griff, let alone anyone else. But we are going to hand for the whole month the show to our good friend Malibu Mike Abilene, or should we call him Monster Mike for this month? So without further ado, let me set it up. Mike, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on again.
A year ago, we floated the idea, because there's so many brilliant ideas come out of our heads.
It's shocking. Like, if you guys, I
Yeah.
can't tell you the last time you guys had a bad idea.
I agree. So I threw out the idea. We were talking about monsters, because when I was a kid, the Mount Rushmore of monsters was Dracula, Wolfman, Frankenstein. Who would you put? The Gillman as the fourth one? Who would you put, Mike?
Yeah, Creature was pretty iconic. I'd say
He has an
that.
iconic look. He has
Yeah.
one of the best looks of all time. But he only did, 2 movies, right?
3.
3? Wow, I've only seen the first one.
Third one's trash. The first 2 are good. Second one has Clint Eastwood.
Wow.
Wait, Creature Black Lagoon?
Yeah, Revenge of the Creature has Clint Eastwood. He plays a lab technician.
I only remember watching the first one.
Griff's talking. I don't know if his mic, he's being picked up on the mic.
Oh, yeah.
But so we were like, what the modern era? It's got to be Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, and Leatherface. Would you agree with that, Mike?
I would say for modern horror, yeah, those are the guys.
So, and I like how old I am. Modern horror. These movies are 50, 40 years old. But yes, those series are like when you consider the class. Like anyone I'd say under 40, that's their classic monsters. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is the only stipulation I gave Mike. I was like, we're going to hand it over to you. You're going to pick one movie from each series. And that's it. That's it. And you can't do Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, or Halloween 3. Why? Because we already did them. Check them out. I think you were on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, right? It was like 7 years ago. I don't know if
that
you
was a
remember
long
that.
time ago.
Check those out. It's probably easier to find them on our YouTube channel because they're way down there. But we did them. So I said, that's it. It can be your favorites, Mike. It can be the ones you think are the most important. You can give me whatever order you want. I hand the show over to you, Mike.
All right. So, starting off Schlocktober month at Golan-Globus Theater, we are going to do the 7th installment
Wow.
of the Nightmare on Elm Street series.
Wow.
We're going to do Wes Craven's New Nightmare
I've
from
never
1994.
seen this one, Mike, so I'm
Perfect.
excited.
Perfect.
I think I've seen all the others, but I've never seen this
Yep,
one.
we are going to do New Nightmare.
That's a very meta one, right?
That is.
And I can't remember. It predates Scream, right?
It does.
So did that give the idea in Wes Craven's head to do Scream? Because that was a very meta.
It might have.
Okay. Well, I'm very excited. 'Cause I know Griff hasn't seen it either.
Perfect. I chose well, apparently.
All right, Mike. I'm gonna let you close out the episode.
All right. We will see you next week for the beginning of Schlocktober. And as always, keep it warm and keep it condiment free.